And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel, whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to the payroll attendees. Shout out to the engineers and the AC techs. Shout out to the bus boys and the servers. Shout out to the dishwashers. Shout out to the cashiers. Shout out to the barbers in barbershops. And shout out to the chefs in kitchens, secretaries in offices, beauticians in beauty salons, nail techs in nail salons. Whatever it is you do, shout out to you. You get up, you get out, you go work for yours, you earn, you know, rob and thief from nobody. Big up to you. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Friday morning, and it's time to say again, it's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. We made it. Another week. Another week and another week and another week. We don't know how many of these other weeks and another weeks and another weeks we're going to get, but we're thankful to have another week. Today is September 19th, 2025, and we are happy to be here, right? Way into the future. Shout out to everybody tuning in this morning. This is a closed chat, so the names will be in green this morning. Lil Red Gucci, hope all is well with you. Thanks for tuning in. S Diva, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Michelle Graham, thank you for being here. I think the names are in black, as was explained to me. Those are people who actually don't have their membership. So once I click membership only, then they disappear. But big up yourself and thank you for showing up early, anyways. I'm sure you're still watching. Patricia Jackson, thanks for being here. Nisha, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. You already know it's the freaking weekend, baby. Make sure to get out, and go do something fun for the weekend. I just asked Kai what he wants to do for the weekend because the weekend is not going to look the same in another month or two. Weather is going to change. For those of us who have a place where there are beaches, if you're not in the Caribbean, that is, because in Jamaica it seems like the beach stay warm all year round. But I'm talking about like here, the beach, the beach in Florida gets pretty cold. So we have to maximize while we can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're up against that. But we plan to get out and do some things. And I encourage you to do the same. Virtuous Fire is in the building. Say it's the freaking weekend. Big up yourself, Black Eagle. Thank you for being here. Junior Copeland, prayers for the SOUFLOTV family. Lord, we are alive to see another day. Rastafari. Blessings, Junior Copeland. Junior Copeland, we have a pretty interesting topic to talk about this morning called Men in Locks. Like dreadlocks, men in dreadlocks. We'll soon get to that, right? Once we start going through our topics. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist. Thank you for being here. Manners and respect, Jerome. Thank you for being here. Penals123. Thank you for being here. Marilyn Grant, thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. Morning, morning, morning. Bugs, manners and respect. Thank you for being here. Five up early. Let's Bond TV is in the building with us this morning. Thank you for being here, my friend. Rizabella is in the building as well. Thank you for being here this morning. Anthony Vaz, Jay Robinson is here. Good morning, y'all. BMJC, Senior Sexy is in the building with us as well. All right. With shout out, who to shout out, let's get into our topics. We have quite a few things to talk about. These are our topics on the table this morning. I'm aiming for a 2 to 3 hours live. I'm seeing more somewhere around there, 2 to 3 hours. We can vibe for, right? Should be a lengthy live. Carry somebody through half of the morning. Them kind of something there. Jazzy Lady, big up yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Here are the topics, and you decide where we start out. Should Damian Crawford become the leader of the People's National Party, take over from Mark Golden, and Mark Golden step aside to a smaller role? That's one up for discussion. there's an update on the Trey Reid case, the Delta State University student that was found hanging. That's 2. Men in locks. That's 3. To give you some context about men in locks, 4 men are now seated in a place where they were once scorned before. We're talking about Jamaica and we're talking about politics, right? But of course, it's going to extend into a broader conversation. So, men in locks. And then the D4vd and Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a missing girl who was found in pieces in a popular recording artist's Tesla trunk. There's more update to that story as well. We posted the original part of it yesterday, and now this is the follow-up. And this morning we have our 10 questions or more, or we should call them random questions. That's another one. Or we can talk music for a minute, and I can tell you about the 3 albums that are out there right now that are non-skippable and you should be listening to. Or we can talk athletics and talk about the 200-meter finals that are today. Those are the topics. From here on, you have 60 seconds to choose what happens next, and I will wait. Go. Is it going to be Damian Crawford should take over? Is it going to be Delta State University update? Is it going to be Men in Locks? Is it going to be D4vd or Missing Girl? Is it going to be 10 questions? Is it going to be music? The albums that are out now you should be listening to? Or is it going to be athletics? I see a lot of Trey Reid. I see 1 athletics. Delta State is Trey Reid as well. I see 1 athletics, Delta State. Damien, 1 of that. Hi, pretty.
Hi, Daddy.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's finish. Let's get these numbers in so we know where we're starting. We're 30 seconds in, and Delta State Trey Reid is leading. Delta State Trey Reid, it looked like it's going to be Delta State Rizabella, Let's One TV Trey, which is Delta State PG. J Robinson, Delta State, same way PG. Trey, which is Delta State. We're 45 seconds in. Trey, Virtuous Fire. It looks like we're going to start out at Delta State, so let me cue that up. But let me let you say good morning to my little princess first, and then we'll continue from there on. Send them off to school. I love you.
Love you, Daddy.
You ready for the day, Mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Little Milani is off to school. You want to show off your outfit? Want to do an outfit check?
Yes.
You do? You still interested in outfit check?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Friday, Mommy. It's Friday, Mommy. All right, show off your outfit. This is what we wearing today. Milani got her bag on her back today. She's straddled up like a hiker. She's wearing sleeveless black today. I told you. She got on some tiger print girly pants today. Show off your shoes, Mommy.
Mommy got one, too.
Mommy got one, too. You got matching pants with Mommy? Show your shoes off. And then she got on them girly shoes today. All right, put your feet down. All right, jump. Yeah. All right. You got to show your pretty smile. That's the pretty smile. And the beautiful face and the pretty eyes. All right, tell everybody later.
Later.
Say have a good day.
Have a good day.
All right, give me a love up. I love you. I'll see you later, okay? All right, go. You're not going? Come, Papa, give me my love up. I love you. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
All right. Say hi and bye to these people as well.
Bye bye.
Hi, bye. Really kind. Jeez. Let's say hi and bye to these people as well. Hi, bye. All right. Mommy ready to take you?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Love you, Papa. See you soon.
Bye.
All right. Think about what you want for dinner today. And they're off. All right. All right. As Diva said, I'm not your telling for say. I'm not be telling for say the man could have improvised. I'll say like a bit more. Hi bye. Kennard Benjamin, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Yo, okay, let's get into our topic. So Trey Reed we are talking about, right? Delta State University. Man, listen. Remember how I told y'all, remember how I'm telling us don't jump to conclusion yet? Because there's a lot going on right now, and people are, it's easy to jump to conclusion right now given the climate that we're in right now, given what's happening around us right now. You know what I'm saying? uh but it's looking more and more like that's what it is. It's looking more and more like that's what it is. So Trey Reed's family is now speaking out, and Trey Reed's family has come out to say that when they got news of his passing, the cops told them that he died in his dorm room. They didn't mention anything about him found hanging. He died in his dorm room. That's what the cops told them. So, and the way how they found out or heard about him found hanging was through the media. So the family of Demar Trevian Trey Reed they're raising some serious questions about the circumstances surrounding the 21-year-old's death at Delta State University. The police announced on Monday that Reed's body was discovered hanging from a tree in the middle of campus and that foul play is not suspected. But according to the family's attorney, Vanessa Jones, law enforcement initially gave Reed's relatives a different account of what happened. They told them that he was found dead in his dorm room on campus. Nothing mentioned about him found hanging. The family attorney, Jones, told the Mississippi Free Press that Reed's family have been left in the dark and they're learning of the details from the media instead of directly from the authorities. So they're contacting the authorities. The authorities are not telling them much of anything. They're learning through the media what's being said through the media. And that's how they heard through the media that he was found hanging. She says that the Grenada County Sheriff's Department visited the family, visited them at their home, and informed them that he had died in his bed in the dorm. Later, the family discovered through news reports on television that he was found outside hanging from a tree. That's crazy. That's crazy. Also, the media was notified before the family was notified, which is something else that they're looking into. If you check the story that I did yesterday about the body that was discovered in the back of the trunk of the Tesla, you will notice what I said in the video that the law enforcement could not, they identified the person, but they could not say who she was until her family was notified. So in Trey's case, the media was notified about all the fine details before his family was even notified. Nans, happy belated birthday and thank you for the daily motivation. I appreciate you greatly, Nans. Thank you so much. So the Grenada County Sheriff's Department has denied giving misleading information, and they are insisting now that they never specified to the family where the body was found exactly. So the family is saying, you came over here to the house, you told us you found him in his dorm room dead. We got it. That's how you delivered the news. And now they're saying, we never said anything about him being in a dorm room. We just said he was found dead. University officials also maintain that Delta State leadership has communicated with the family, although Jones says that the school has yet to reach out directly to them. So somebody is lying. Somebody is making stuff up, right? The school, the family is saying the school hasn't even reached out to say, no, our condolences. We're so sorry. This happened on our campus. He was a valid student, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. The school said, that's a lie. We reached out. They're arguing with the police for their account of what happened and how they delivered the news. They're arguing with the school. Now I'm starting to think the police and the school might start working together to smooth over a story, which one of you said it here before. I don't remember which one of you said it here before, but one of you said it here before that the school and the police in that area they normally work together, these institutions, and they're probably going to be working together to keep the story straight their way. So authorities claim that they have campus video of Reed prior to his death, though what the footage shows has not been made public as yet. Jones says she intends to review those recordings. Jones is the attorney who is representing the Reed family. I told you there has to be video cameras on campus, right? There has to be video cameras on campus. And they're now saying they have footage and they just haven't released them to the public yet. I can tell you if the footage is him climbing up a tree, putting a rope around his neck and jumping, they're not going to show all of that to the public. You could probably find that on a dark web somewhere or somewhere out there, but it's not going to be shown completely to the public like that. But they'll show you enough. Like they'll show you him looking disheveled, disturbed, climbing up a tree with the rope, him, and then to the moment right before he actually does the act, just to prove their point that nobody coerced him or forced him or was beating on him or dragged him to do anything to himself, that he did it himself. They classified his death yesterday as that S word that ends with an E. Bolivar County Coroner Murray Rourke reported that he and another coroner inspected the body and that there were no visible signs of cuts, there were no visible signs of bruises, there were no visible signs of any fractures or broken bones or anything. And the campus police says that the Mississippi State medical examiners will conduct a full autopsy, while Jones has called for an independent review. Good way to go. The Reed family says that they are still waiting for a clear answer about what really happened to Trey and why are they not informed accurately throughout the process, starting with from the beginning. Why did y'all tell us from the beginning he was found in his dorm room, laying in his bed, dead, only for us to see in the news media that student was found hanging in the middle of campus? Why did it start out that way? Why is the university telling the news media that they have contacted us to share their condolences or whatever, but they haven't contacted anybody in the family? Why the lies? Why does everything feel weird? Mm. You know, for those of us who have children who are outside of the home right now, like for me, my oldest son is away at school. Well, hold up. Let me say something. Somebody said in the comment section that black people always trying to move to neighborhoods where they are not wanted to go live around those people. You know what I mean by those people, and always trying to send their children to schools where it's predominantly those people. I don't know. It makes them feel like they've accomplished something in life or they're better than the rest of their own kind. I thought that was a harsh comment, and I thought that was also very misleading because for me, for example, my son chose where he wanted to go to school. And a couple of things factored in his decision making of where he ended up, right? It was a university that offered what he wanted to study in, that covered his tuition in a way that he needed it to be covered. And also, it was in state because he could have went out of state and then he would be far away from home, have financial issues depending on how much the tuition would be also. So it's not necessarily us looking for seeking out schools where it's predominantly white so we can send our black kids there so we can brag and say they go to a white university. I don't think that you shouldn't have said that. I found that hurtful. I found that weird. You know, not saying that there aren't those people who feel that way and try to be that way, but I think majority of people. Matter of fact, while I was on campus, when we took my son back after the summer was over and it was time for him to report, when we took him back to campus, I ran into. I told y'all a story a long time ago about a Haitian dude that I have the utmost respect for because this guy, when everybody else was looking at women, he would not look at not one woman. He wouldn't even look if you said she looked good. He wouldn't even look that way. And his wife was in Haiti. And this is way back when I was working at Walmart. His wife was in Haiti. And so I asked him years ago, I said, David, how come you never look at none of the girls that come in here? We're working at a super Walmart. Whole heap of women pass through there because everybody have to do them grocery shopping, right? So I was like, David, how come you never look at any of the girls? We be showing you. And he's like, I'm not interested in none of these girls, man. The love of my life is in Haiti, and I'm trying my best to get her here now. I kid you not, right? The brother did dead serious. For the woman them who said there aren't loyal men out there, I could attest for this dude right here. And years later, I watch him get his wife over to the US, paperwork gets straight, and then they just started having children. Like it was like he was waiting to have children. And then boom, one and two and three, and they stair stepped all their kids. Fast forward now, I go to drop my son off on campus to the university he's going to, and who I run into on campus? David. David and his daughter is going to the same school that my son is going to. So it's not necessarily about looking for a school where it's predominantly, and we live in the South too. So let me see. If I should find a school that is predominantly white, I mean predominantly black to go to, so to speak. For one, the closest one does not have what my son wants to study in, and that one is 2 hours, 2 hours and change away, 2.5 hours away from us, right? So I don't want y'all to keep looking at it like that. The U.S. is set up in a certain way, especially in the South. We're really mixed in, and of course, in some places you have more whites than blacks, but for people who don't live here, it also tends to look a certain kind of way to them once people hear Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, they automatically start thinking 10-gallon hats, shotguns, shit kicker boots, cowboy boots. and y'all kind don't belong around here, boy, that kind of accent and everything. And I promise you, it's the farthest thing from that. We have that, but it's the farthest thing from that. Times have changed. Now, with that said, though, times have not changed too much for some things, because some things still remain. There's a group that wants to start a race riot, probably why they're trying to hide facts. Patricia Jackson said, you know, the race riot thing, though, Patricia, it's always been around. I've been hearing that a race war is coming ever since I came to this country. You know, it's always been around. I think more people don't want a race war than those that actually do want one, and that's why one hasn't popped off yet. But in my mind, also, there is always a race war going on. In my mind, wars can be fought in many different ways. It could be us out in the streets getting bloody, or it could be covert, where it's picking them off one at a time strategically, or it could be done in so many ways. It could be done institutionally. A war is going on where a teacher could give all her attention to one set of children while ignoring the others and pretty much forcing them to either catch up or fail, right? So she can say, oh, well, you know, the most smartest children in my class are the ones who are the predominantly white children are more intelligent than the others, when in fact it is you teach two different styles to different groups of students in your same classroom kind of thing. The war is always on in my mind. It's just fought in different ways. But what I will say behind this whole Trey Reid situation is, y'all still going out unprotected? Y'all really still out here unprotected? I saw one person the other morning in the comments section that said, what did he say? He said, salvation is the only protection I need. Like, God will protect me, or Jesus will protect me, or something like that. Y'all still really out here unprotected? If you are, I'm not telling you how to live, man. You have that much faith and that much belief in your God, then that's on you. But I'll tell you this, a lot of people have lost their lives who believe the same thing that you did. And that God, that same God, did not save them. Yeah. So call it what you want to. Like the people who were actually in the church, down on their knees, praying, eyes closed, hands clasped in prayer, and got executed right there. Where was that God? God helps those who help themselves. That's what we've been taught. God helps those who help themselves. Well, Let's Bon TV said, God help who help themselves too. Okay, so I'm going to ask you again. Y'all are really out here still moving around unprotected? Y'all crazy. They're going to have to catch me with it. Y'all are crazy. If you are, you're crazy. Self-defense is not a crime. I'm not telling you to go out here and incite no violence. I'm not telling you to go out here and pick no fights with anybody else. I told y'all how I move, right? I try my best to avoid confrontations. Give y'all an example. A few days ago, wifey took the kids to the jump house, right? Where they jump on the things, them trampoline park or whatever. Well, a kid, one of the kids in there hit Milani, and Milani went and told Kai, and Kai went and fight the kid that hit his sister. Kai didn't know that that kid had a bigger brother in there. So the bigger brother came and punched Kai in his face and bust Kai nose. Kai tried to fight. Kai ended up running to his mom. I'm at home. I'm working two computers. I'm working. My phone ring. Anytime my family is out the house, I keep my phone right by me and the ringer on loud just in case anything, right? I'm supposed to be the first person they call. So she calls me with Kai on the phone. And the first thing I seen was my son with, he's wet, sweaty, he's crying, blood running out his nose. I'm like, what happened? What happened? She's not speaking. She's talking to somebody else. I know where they're at. to how I left this house fast. I left the house. I left the phone. The same phone I seen him on. I threw the phone like this, put my shoes on, grabbed my stuff, ran out the door. It took me like 5 minutes to get there. It was like, I don't know, God was working with me or something, because every light that I went to was green. It was like, get there fast. And I got there and I asked Kai, who did this to you? The lady said, we called the police already. They're on their way. I'm like, okay, this is escalating. They have police on the way and all this other kind of stuff. My wife is super upset. I said, who did this to you, Kai? Come show me. They were in another part of the building, right? So I took Kai, went up there. I said, who did this to you? As soon as I got to the top tier of the building, there were lots of parents. There were at least 40 parents or so, 35, 40 parents lined up on this long sofa. And I could tell immediately the one who was the parent, because as soon as she seen me come up, I'm looking and I'm saying, I'm walking in the direction for Kai to show me the kids who punched him, right? I see this woman look me up and down and she goes, and like that. I said, oh, I guess you're the parent. She said, aren't you waiting on the police? I said, I am. So I turned around. I said, Kai, where are the kids that punched you? He looked around and he said, right there. I said, okay. And we tried to leave, right? The lady ran from the front desk up to where we were at. And she was like, can you please come back down to the front desk and wait? The police is on their way already. And I said, oh, I don't have a problem. I'm not in here to start any drama and I'm not going to do anything to anybody. I just wanted to see who was involved. And she goes, okay. So we went back to the desk. This woman called her husband, right? And told her husband, there's this guy up here that is threatening her and is threatening the kids and making them feel really unsafe. So this guy comes, the Spanish guy comes barging into the place where all the kids are playing. And he was like, yo, my man, you come here. Let's go outside. Now let's go outside. So I started to go outside with him. And as I was going outside with him, this happened a few days ago. As I was going outside with him, the police was coming in behind him. But the funny thing is, I took my kids and I was standing outside for the longest, even up until the police pulled up, and I didn't see him. So he was parked outside, sitting in his car, watching us and wasn't saying nothing, right? Then the police came, and now you're bad when the police come. Hear him to the police. Y'all pardon my language. The police is like, we're not going to do this here today. I need you two guys to separate because I need to talk to all parties separately. Hear the guy to the police. Get the fuck out my way. Why are you jumping in my conversation? I'm trying to have a man-on-man with him. You go talk to the women. Go talk to my wife. She over there. Go talk to his wife. They over there. The minute he said that to the police, I already knew what time he was on about, come, let's go outside. So I stopped at the door. I said, whatever you're going to say, you could say it right here. He was like, nah, let's go outside. I said, go outside for what? Let's say it right here. Say what you got to say. The police comes over again. Listen, I'm going to tell you one more time. Don't speak to each other. Break this up. Go your separate way. I said, hey, man, see, I'm a black man already, right? He can pass for Caucasian or whatever he wants to pass for. So I made sure both my hands are visible. And I'm telling the police, I don't have a problem. I'm waiting for you to come solve this. They have video cameras in here. Go watch the video camera, see what happened, and sort the situation from there. I hear him over there. My wife said, you over here threatening her and threatening the kids and looking at them like, and he starts doing all this, right? And I'm saying, if you think you're going to put your hands on me today and walk away the same way you came here, you're dumb. You're not touching me. And if you touch me, they're carrying you from here. You know what I mean? This woman boosting up her husband too. And I'm saying, she don't love you. This woman don't love you. Because if she loved you, she would have been trying to squash this. Because if she thinks you're going to put your hands on me and then walk away like nothing happened, that woman is going to move on with her life, get a new man after your funeral, and your children are going to grow up without a father. That's what's gonna happen because you ain't touching me. I don't know where these adults get this thing in their mind like, let's go outside. Let's man to man. Man, we're grown ass men. I'm not a kid. I'm not a kid. We're not on a schoolyard. I shoot for real. This ain't let's go outside and let's settle it. We're not children, right? You weren't here when the incident happened. I wasn't here when the incident happened. They have cameras in here. That's what I'm saying to this man. There are cameras in here. You weren't here. I wasn't here. Your wife called you just like my wife called me. So here we are. Nah, fuck that, fuck that. And the more he kept going, I said, watch where this went to. The more he kept going, I said, okay, I'm glad I didn't go outside with him because I was going outside. In the heat of the moment, as soon as he said, let's go outside, I'm like, I'm stepping to it. If the police did not run in the door and was like, break this up right now, we're not doing this, I would have ended up outside with him. So we go outside. After the police done talk to everybody, I don't see this guy. Me, my wifey in a different car because I came in mine, right? So I put Kai and Milani in my truck and she got to drive hers. So I'm waiting for her to reverse out so I can go behind her and we can just leave and go home. Who runs up to my car window? And he's smart too because he didn't even touch my vehicle. He was motioning like, put the window down, put the window down. So I put the window down first, a little bit, right? Because of all the stuff he said in there before. I put the window down first a little bit. And he said, so you ain't gonna come out and handle this like a man? Huh? You ain't gonna come out and talk man to man? I said, listen, man, I don't want to talk to you about nothing. The police is here. They're taking a report. We'll handle everything that way. Again, the police runs out the building this time and goes, if you're leaving, are you leaving? I said, yes, I'm leaving. He goes, well, drive off then, go. I said, you see that car over there? I'm waiting for my wife to reverse out so she can drive ahead and I'll drive behind her. The police said, okay. And then the police grabs him and say, you come with me. So as the police is pulling him away from my window, right? Hear him. You fucking pussy. You fucking pussy. You want to sue? You want to sue instead of coming out here and handling it like a man? I'm going to tell you something. You see, when I let the window all the way down, I wanted him to punch into my vehicle. So I let the window all the way down. And he was still standing there and he didn't punch in the vehicle or nothing. He just talking hard about come outside. If you were on go, you would have actually punched in the car. My face is right there and I'm seated. But I promise to God on everything I love, it was already in my hand and it was pointed at his chest already. He just didn't see it. And I'm sitting there with it like this. And I'm just looking at him and he going off. You're not coming out? You're not going to come out and handle this like a man? And all I'm saying is they're carrying him today. If he touched me, they are carrying him today. So I say all that to say this. Stay ready. Stay ready. We have a saying where we say, stay dangerous. Stay ready. Because you never know. And things will escalate over small stuff. But stay ready. Again, when you're trying to defend yourself or self-defense is not a crime. So stay ready. Stay ready to defend yourself at all times. I can't believe in 2025, after all the stuff that has happened, that people still walk around unprotected. Still, especially our kind. You black in America and you walking around unprotected in places where you actually have laws that allow you to carry something to protect yourself, or you're begging just to be a victim, man. You're begging just to be a victim. Yeah, I'm not one of them people there that I'm not running up my mouth too much, and we're not gonna be back and forth screaming too much out in those streets too much. I promise you, if you put your hands on me, I'm killing you today. Today. You can talk all you want to talk, and I don't care. Call me everything you want. Pussy, bitch, whatever. Words don't really do nothing. But you put your hands on me, that's grounds for me to defend myself before you try to kill me. What you have demonstrated is that you have assaulted me with your words, and now you're going to batter me with your hands and your feet. It's called assault and battery. And you have a right to defend yourself from assault and battery. A lot of you don't even know the law. That's why it's called assault and battery. And let me break it down for you again. Assault, you're not even touched. There's a radius around each one of us that is considered your safe space. Once your safe space is invaded and somebody has passed that in your circle up on you using violent words, you are being assaulted. When they actually start putting hands on you, whether it's choking you, punching you, now you are being battered. That's why people get charged with assault and battery. That's the assault part. So if you want to stay there when waiting somebody assault you good and then wait for them to batter you, that's on you. That's on you. I know the law. You could assault all you want to from a distance. Don't come too close. And if you try to batter me, I'm going to neutralize the threat. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Hey, SOUFLO. It's Sarah from Australia. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? Sarah.
I'm good. Yeah.
You all right?
SOUFLO.
Yeah, family. What's going on?
So I just wanted to get your opinion. How do you think you would feel if you're in Australia? Because in Australia we don't have guns, unless you've got a license to hold it, but it's nowhere near like America. Would you feel safe here or no?
I would feel safe. Y'all carry knives.
Okay.
Big knives.
Well, oh my God, it's horrible. So many psychopaths have gone to shopping centers and they're targeting women and knifing them and killing them. It's terrible, eh? But they've toughened up the laws on that kind of stuff. If you're a woman, you can carry your keys as self-defense, but you can't carry scissors and whatever,
That's in Australia, right?
That's in Australia,
so
baby.
The gun laws in Australia doesn't allow you to protect yourself, to carry a personal firearm for protection?
No.
No?
No, not at all. No.
But
no, because we had somebody, a serial killer in Tasmania, Martin Bryant, I think his name was, and he killed 20, 30 people, I think. And after that, the government just said, no, we'll buy back your guns, but people aren't, regular people aren't going to have them, just the cops and military.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, but you got to carry something, and you got to be ready to use it in wherever you're at.
Car keys and deodorant, I think, are the best.
Car keys?
Because you spray the deodorant in their face and then get the car key and take out an eye.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They are allowed to carry mace and pepper spray.
Probably not in Queensland because we're the strictest state ever out of all of them. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of what went on and on and on and on and on about it on Teachers Pet, but we have a history of racist cops, big time, but more racist against Aboriginal people than any other group. Yeah. So,
well, I guess you gotta try your best not to get into anything with anybody. I mean, people can be attacked for not doing anything, but in a lot of cases, people bring that kind of stuff to themselves too. You stay there arguing for too long about stupidness when you could have just been on your way.
Exactly.
You got to be able to sense when it's coming.
Oh.
You got to be able to sense when it's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guess what, SOUFLO? I did. I forgave my friend that was sleeping with my baby daddy.
You forgave?
Yeah, I had to, because the negative energy was doing me harm, in my opinion. I felt like it was better to just forgive. She'll never be a friend like she was in the past, but she's human,
Are y'all still friends?
We've caught up a couple of times, but I think, the line was crossed way too much. So, but I'm still want the best for her. I want her to have a good life and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
best
just
for
like
you.
that Cartel song, Red Eye Girl.
It's best for you. It's best for you.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
In your spirit, it's
yeah.
best for you to forgive and move on if you find it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
harbor
Yeah.
harbor all that negativity. She probably didn't even care if you forgave her or not. So you're the one who was holding
Oh,
on
she
to.
did.
She did.
No, she did actually. Like her daughter was telling me that she was really happy that we'd caught up. So I
Okay.
don't think the daughter would be lying. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah.
But you're good though, Sarah.
Hey,
I say you're doing good though.
yeah. Had a few ups and downs this year. To be honest, I started like having psychosis about seeing Nicholas, if you remember him,
Right.
everywhere I went. So I had quite a bit of treatment this year. You know,
Really?
yeah, which I needed. But
Wow.
grief can do crazy things. Grief can do crazy things. Like I even got to the point where I was looking at the sky, thinking, I want to join him. I want to be there with him, wherever he is. You know, like it can really throw you.
So when you say have treatments, what exactly does your treatment entail?
Okay, looked up in like a government public hospital, secure ward where you've got your meds that they give you. You can't argue.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody really wants to see that the government bans smoking. Yeah. So
Do they give
to
you
be
like
honest,
they give you like injections or?
yes, aripiprazole.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And those help you to
Yeah.
like come
Oh,
back to
sorry,
normal?
so I've just got one big question for you, if that's okay.
Yeah, go
Have
ahead.
you heard of Reza Islam?
Reza Islam?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's half Paru blood, half Greek, and World Boss was following him, so that's where I got the link for him. But I'd highly recommend you like check out some of his stuff on YouTube because I don't know, just a random suggestion.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Sarah. It's nice hearing from you.
And Freedom Street won't be in Jamaica for New Year's, so I think we should all go to Africa.
Are you planning on going to Jamaica though?
I don't know if I'm allowed back in, to be honest, but I'd love to. But I did hear from TK that Freedom Street New Year's Eve in Jamaica isn't happening this year.
Okay. I'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
All right.
And big up Seeker Rhymes too. That's my charity.
Yeah, whoa, wait. You said big up Sicker Rhymes too. You noticed that Cartel is in the UK, right? Or was in the UK, right?
Yeah.
You notice he didn't link with Sicker Rhymes, right?
How do you know that though? Like, I mean,
Cartel and Sean Storm
yeah,
were both in the UK and none of them linked with Sicker Rhymes. He would have at least been on one post, either on his platform or on Sean's platform or on Cartel's platform. They weren't seen.
Cartel did post him for his birthday though.
Huh?
Cartel did post him on his story for his birthday.
He did?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. I was hoping that they would, because they got some really good songs together. And I was thinking it was strange that for the while that Cartel was locked up, Sika was like the Gaza VP, he was called. And then now that he's out, he's in the UK and he's doing all these shows in Europe. And Sika is not a part of any of that. I haven't even seen them link each other, which I thought was strange.
Well, Sika helped me through a really rough time in 2018 when he only had 1,000 followers and he was bringing Cartel his food every week. So no matter what, I'm always going to consider Sika like family almost because he helped me through some shit.
Okay.
Which was invaluable. Yeah.
All right. Well, big up to him, same way. I was just curious about that. All right, Sarah. I appreciate you calling and checking in. Big up yourself.
Golden time. Thank you for your time, Sophie.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So for those of you who are saying you think it's freezing, Lovely Anika is in the building with us this morning. Lovely Anika is my fellow content creator sister. You see Lovely Anika right here. Just click her name, go over to her channel and subscribe. Share the love, keep it in the family. That was Sarah. That Sarah, for those, some people know who Sarah is. Sarah is somebody who's a part of this family as well. Her name is in green when she shows up as well. She's in Australia though, so we're on a time difference, so she doesn't be here like a lot. But Sarah also talked to us about her mental health issues as well, and sometimes she go all the way off the rockers. Like that's why I was asking her. She said she had to get quite a few treatments this year because she had lost one of her friends in Jamaica, and it was a close friend of hers, and she was like she was losing it, right? And that's why I'm asking her, like, what does treatment entail for her? Kind of like Lisa Hype kind of treatment, where they have to be locked in a secured ward and given these injections and all these other things. So that was Sarah. It wasn't the thing breaking up Aneka. It was how Sarah talks. That's how she talked. She talked like she's breaking up. But big up to Sarah, same way. All right. Sarah was actually one of the girls on Vibes Cartel's. Remember when Vibes Cartel did what's it called again? The show where he had all the girls in the one house, Teacher's Pet. She was one of the girls of Teacher's Pet, the one from Australia. That's Sarah. So that we can put a face to the name, says Lovely Aneka. I would love to see Sarah Collins. All right, well, if you go back and watch all reruns of Cartel's Teacher's Pet, then the Australian girl is Sarah. All right? All right. Back to what I was saying, though. And I'm going to close off that topic and go into another topic. Don't be out here walking around with no protection on you. Stay ready. Even if you have something is better than anything, right? But stay ready. I noticed that Shakira found, I picked up her car keys one day and I saw a glass breaker. So these glass breakers, you could get them on Amazon. And these glass breakers, if you're driving your car, you attach them to your key ring. And if you're driving your car and your car should say go off the road or be bumped off the road, and you end up in a lake or pool of water, you can escape that car by quickly, they're designed to break the glass and get out. They can do other things too. So I ordered me one. Here's one. Right? So you can break the glass and get out, right? All right. I'm just saying, stay ready in whichever way you can stay ready. But don't walk around here thinking Jesus will save me and that's all you need for protection, especially in a climate like this. But I've been that way since I was like 14, 13. I was 14 years old when I got my first gun. 14. And I told y'all that story already. So I've been trying to protect myself from day one. I just made up my mind that whoever is going to try it is going to go out fighting, trying it. I'm not going to be the one he was walking down the street and then he disappeared. I'm not going to be the one they just found him hanging over there. There is a trail of blood leading to wherever the hell my story ended at, that way. And we're going to leave that one there. Right, that's all. All right. Prior Sarah, she had inpatient treatment. Yes, Sam and Madeline. She had inpatient treatment. She has inpatient treatment quite often. You know, this is a lifelong struggle for her. Yeah. Remember when we did the mental health thing and, you know, Lisa Hyper something and thing, Sarah called in and I was trying to explain to us, like, what you go through when you have a break, like a psychotic break, and what you're experiencing. And, you know, she said you're doing stuff and you're saying stuff because in your mind, it's the realest thing that's ever happening to you. But after you're done going through the process and you get treatment, and then people are like, you know, you said this and you know, you said that. And you're like, what? Why would I say that? No, I don't believe it. So if they didn't videotape you for you to see it, you won't believe that you actually were. But at the time when you're going through it, it's as real as ever to you. You know, that's another one of those topics that we had a talk about here, just so everybody could be on the same page. Because people have a thing where we have the stigma in our community about mental health. So when Lisa Hyper was going through her breakdown, remember when Lisa did go through her breakdown, I said that she could become a poster child for mental health and she could become somebody who can educate others so people won't feel so ashamed. You know, because we have a thing in Jamaica where somebody sees them split, dog, and him smoke it, somebody put coke in him weed, and the boy mad out, or somebody obey him, or, you know, when in fact it's just chemical imbalance in the brain, and that can be compounded with clinical depression, and next thing you know, you're in a state where you need medical intervention, and nothing else is going. Prayers aren't going to help. Church people love to tell you, say, pray. I'm pray harder. No, man, you're not pray hard enough. But I hate to tell y'all, just like how that God is not going to protect you, just so, because enough people pray and still get killed, even while praying, is the same way how prayers is not just going to help you, just so. So if a family member or yourself starts slipping and getting ready to go through one of these episodes, you better know what to do next, because it ain't going to be pray and it disappear, as we've been taught culturally. If you pray hard enough, it will disappear, man. But me, I pray. No, man, but you're not pray hard enough. You have to pray harder. You need medical intervention, friend. Medical intervention, the only thing we're going to help you, right? So it's good to hear from people who actually go through this in their real life and they've learned to live with it. They've also learned what the signs are. They can feel when it's coming on. Them know that the medication needs some calibration, or they need to go check in somewhere or call somebody for help before it get out of control and they end up in a manic episode, etc., etc. If it don't happen to you, cool. But it might reach one of your kids one day. It might reach a close family member or friend of yours one day, and you would like to be of help there, right? All right. So enough about this update on the Delta State University Trey Reid situation. Now I find it super suspicious. At first I was just like, eh, but now I find it super suspicious because the family has come out and said they told them a completely different story. He was found in his bed in his dorm room. And it was over the news that they saw news break saying a student was found hanging at Delta State University. They're like, what student? So another kid died there besides Trey, and then they heard his name, and they're like, whoa, the police just came, knocked our door, and told us he was found in his bed in the dorm. How come? So now I'm feeling like something is off. Something is very off. You know? Here, Denise Parks now with the same thing, demonic oppression on people, and they need deliverance. Miss Denise Sparks, you make up your mind, say you're not listening, but that's okay because you're not the only one. There's a portion of our people who, no matter how you try to educate them, they will never listen. They're stuck in their ways. They believe what they believe. Them not knowing enough. They believe what they believe. And then they're gonna stick with what they believe. So I guess you're one of those. Right? I guess you're one of those. But please remember this. It's nothing about no demonic oppression. It's nothing about no deliverance. It's about a chemical imbalance in the brain that needs a medical intervention. That's why God gave man the know-how to invent or create exactly what is needed to help an individual who's going through that to get them back to normal. So that's where God comes in it for me. So thank God for giving those people who invented the stuff that's needed the intelligence to be able to do so. Because that's what God come in at for me. Right? Yeah, good book. Educate people at SOUFLOTV. That's what the good book says. The good book says a lot of stuff, but we're not going to get into the good book this morning because anytime we get into the good book, you already know It's downhill from there. Lord, it's downhill from there. So we're just like gonna leave it where it's at. You believe what you want to believe. I'm gonna know what I know, and it's downhill from there if we start with the one day. So we're gonna get into something else this morning. All right. It is up to you. Now that we have that one off the table, we still have Damian Crawford. Should Damian Crawford take over? Should Damian Crawford take over the People's National Party? Did you think that Mark Golding was a good run, a good leader for the People's National Party? Or do you think the PNP would have had a better chance at winning the election if they had a different person as the forefront runner of the representative of the party? Let's go there. Do you think that Damian Crawford should take over from Mark Golding as leader of the, I want to see the no's and the yes. I see 2 no's already. I want to see the no's and the yes. Should Damian Crawford take over the People's National Party? Or should Mark Golding remain as the leader of the People's National Party? We have to go talk about why, you know. Because I see a lot of, everybody says no, which is crazy. Everybody is saying no. Nance say no. Donna Davis says no. PG says no. Sean Cassell. Everybody has said no. Stacey and Dorothy T. I haven't seen not one yes yet. Great Goodies says no. Where's the yes then? Dorothy says yes and no. Explain to me a little bit, Dorothy. Yes and no? Yes and no as in... Nan said, nah, let Marky G continue. Well, the conversation is like this. The people wasn't going to vote for Marky G. They would have supported more if it was a black person at the head of the party, because we have moved into a new time, 2025, where many black people are awakened or waking up, and them no want no white man to lead no party for them, kind of thing. That's the conversation that's bubbling underneath all this. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr says, no, keep the stability, but Julian Robinson would be my pick. Julian Robinson. I'll have to go look him up. I can't say I know who this is. What constituency is Julian Robinson over? I'm saying nobody don't know Julian. Well, I don't know Julian Robinson. Oh, Rosabella said yes. Yes, Damian Crawford should take over. Sarah says Isaac Buchanan for Prime Minister. I want to tell you something. I think Isaac Buchanan is very much heading in that direction. Now, this is scary for a lot of people. And there are people who are going to say, never, that not happen. But I see Isaac as somebody who came to break barriers for real. And he is actually proving it more than anything else. So all the people who have been saying, him can't do this, he did it. Him can't do that, he did it. Where else am I going to do next? And that's why it stopped. Him can't go no further, he goes further. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is Jamaica ready for a dreadlock swinging, suit wearing prime minister who is the son of a Rastaman reggae icon? I don't know. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. I'm going to tell you this. Based on what Isaac does in East Portland next will determine, because if he transforms East Portland completely for the whole country to see, and then goes off into a presidential or not presidential but a prime minister election, I think he could do it. But we are talking about Damian Crawford and Marky G right now, and leader of the People's National Party. Should Mark Golding be replaced by Damian Crawford for leader of the People's National Party? Mervyn says Julian Robinson would be his pick. Right? Let me see what other comments are out there. He will get a fight though. But him used to getting a fight, Nance. He's used to getting a fight. Him get fight all the time. When are they not fighting him? You know when you used to getting a fight, so to you it's like I expect it, and I expect a great fight too, so I came to fight. He would have already expected that. I don't think they would have handed that to somebody like him easily. But when you say fight, what kind of fight you mean? Is in a good place for the people to see that he can do so much more. Yes, I think he could pull it off. I think Isaac Buchanan could pull it off. The big upsetter. I mentioned it to a few the other day. The response was that he was a felon. So I saw them I think, Flo. Jay Robinson says their response is that he's a felon. So they're forever going to hold that against him, right? Remember, I know. And oh my gosh. Do you know that? Okay, so before and during the election, right? When I remember, say Andrew Holness was caught up as in the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission said they cannot clear him of illicit enrichment because they see about $400 and something million that's floating through a bunch of different accounts that he's unable to account for, right? This is not JLP, PNP politics. This is just the Integrity Commission doing their job and saying, show us where the money came from so we could determine it was a legitimate piece of money and that you're not involved in anything. Clear your name so we can move forward. And y'all remember, Andrew Holness instead took them to court, right? Okay, and while the process was stalling, he also replaced the head of the FID, they're called, which is the investigative branch that the Integrity Commission had referred him to for further investigation. Now, I wake up one day and I see a whole heap of people out in the streets in Jamaica with placards up. Chung is wrong for that position. Chung does not even qualify. So me I say, go on, because I didn't know. Lo and behold, I learned that what he was doing was replacing the head of. Now, think about this enough. The Integrity Commission refers you to a bigger investigative body who has more powers to investigate deeper and bring about charges, etc. And you just go ahead of them and replace the head of that organization. So, when I saw that the people were saying Chung is not right for the job, corruption are gone, him only putting him there so him knows that this will be swept under the rug, no charges will come his way. I didn't know that it was that body of that it was that entity that he was replacing the head of. Until was the day before yesterday, I realized he was actually put in place. So he did get the position, regardless of all the protest that he couldn't. He did get the position. He did put Chung in that position. So if the Integrity Commission refers him to, which they did, we can expect now that nothing will happen as far as Andrew Holness explaining where that $400+ million came from, because who he put there is there. Interesting. Well, with that said, like replacing the prosecutor, yeah, and put him in there. RR123 says, by law he can, but the Bible thumpers, colorists, and dunce will not vote for him. Well, we don't know what they will do. We don't know who they will vote for. There's a generation of people who are dying out. They're dying out. And their ideas, their ideology is dying with them. You know, so gives way to a new day, a new day. Talking about Damian Crawford, most people are saying leave Mark Golding where he's at. I see clearly that the JLP is already working on their 4th term. And I can tell you way ahead, just like I told you that they were going to win the election. Remember, I said them did not go win the election? I said I want the PNP to win the election because I just feel like we need something different right now. But I can see that the JLP is going to win. Did I not say that? Here we are back talking about it, you know. So for the next election, which is years away, I'll predict from here. And y'all can come back to 2025, September 19th, and check this when the next election happens. God spare our life, right? Remember, Sammy said this today. They're going to win another election again. The Jamaica Labour Party is going to win again in the future election. If it's Andrew Holness that's running again, you're going to listen to me, you know, because y'all doubted me the first time. Live on the air with SOUFLOW. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Morning, family. What going?
Yeah. One quick question.
Mm-hmm.
That boy that rushed with, was he a Hispanic?
Yeah.
Oh, cause the way you talk, you sound like a Hispanic. I saw them boy they go on, you know.
Yeah, man. We're past that door.
Okay, me know, man. Me just want to find out, you know.
Okay.
All right. Pan topic, I know. Seeing, I don't think Damian would be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reason why we don't mature enough to accept our dreadlocks.
You don't think Damian Crawford would be a good fit for the People's National Party because the reason why Jamaicans are not matured enough to accept a dreadlocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I expand by saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, say the big COLONIAM colonialism reigns supreme in Jamaica.
The colonial masters.
I remember that.
Yeah. The colonial masters, their hands are still at play in Jamaica business. In Jamaica's political business.
Yeah. And I take you back to a couple of years. Remember I saying, Portia was not accepted by the rank and file of Jamaica people and some of the hierarchy of the People's National Party because she was not she never go to one of the big school then.
Okay.
Yeah. Because them people are powerful, you know, man. And when they don't want you, them just not support you and not get no support. Even if you grassroots. When we say grassroots, little people like we out there, right? Yeah. And then you go have little people like we who brainwash and say, oh, I'm a Rasta boy and them think if be no prime minister and them thing over. You understand?
Here, all right. So answer this for me real quick. You wait there, SOUFLOW, nobody stress me out, no, Secondra will. Okay, so do you think, because that me the pan right now, I'm making a prediction right now. Listen to my prediction and then tell me what you think. My prediction says the next election that comes around again, if Andrew Holness is the forerunner for the Jamaica Labour Party, and he goes up to be re-elected again for a 4th term, he's going to win it. What says you? I have a way that he would not win it, but I know me I run the opposition, so my way is just in my head, and I'm gonna say it out too. And I want everybody to be able to come back here years from now to this particular video and say, "Rotted, him did right again." So yeah.
Me and a brother had a reasoning just last week. And the thing was about messaging. Mark, you have to go with messaging, brethren.
As in?
Yeah. Yeah.
As in,
And one of the things when we talk, when me and my brethren reason about the idea was that we say Jamaica is not an industrialized country, we is a farming country. And any man who can come out with a farming plan and make Marky G should have come out of the PNP with a farming plan to revitalize farming like country and move.
but they had the book or same thing there where what them call it again? The book where they basically tell what they're going to do for the country. It was pretty laid out, and they did have a extensive farming plan.
We'll tell the truth, so flow. I never check it out in depth because why me and my brethren are reason, you know. I think
Thank you, Radical. It was called the manifesto, bro. They had if you go back and look in the PNP manifesto, they, especially where farming is concerned, they had it pretty laid out. An intricate, broad plan for farming and exporting of what we produce and eating more or consuming more of our own production also, etc., etc. It was there. It was there. That never helped though.
My bad. I didn't study the manifesto, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, you just never see it.
Yeah, because me and my brother are reason I so we could have worked at Jamaica was start a big farming thing down there because we come from near which part you come from, you know. Yeah, you know, so the place a yellow yam.
Fertile ground.
A yellow yam a $5.99 I put me buy yellow yam in a New Jersey fine. And the market did the feet. See, and we go Canada and find there's a big market for ginger in Canada too.
Yeah, man.
And
I'm gonna give you our next one. When we see how expensive that juice here was, I actually did say to myself, say, you know, so I feel like I need to go to Jamaica, go start a farm. And I probably could have lived there. Pranganut. They call it pomegranate.
You know it, man.
Pranganut. Pranganut.
Yeah, man, we call it pranganut.
Yeah,
pranganut. Call it pranganut. Yeah, pranganut, we know it. Yeah.
Pranganut expensive, brother.
Yeah, man. So a reason, me and my dog, a reason I said, why go back home, probably go start a farm down there. But then
the exporting part.
Not even there, so we don't reach there yet. You hard to find labor down there, right? And if you go bring in machine for till the sign, you have a red tape. You have to go through for bring it in and go for tax, you have to go pay and all them thing there. Yeah. I have to go grease man farmer a war forget through your stuff and stuff like that. And according where the way I think so we want to build back Jamaica, you know. You see? So in terms back to the thing with Damien, the country no matter enough for embrace him, because we see people them chat about portion. The status quo want a certain type of look to be prime minister. You understand? Because remember saying us that the rich people them who live up in a constant spring and them run the thing, you know. After them big money run the thing. Yeah. And a big portion of our population is, I must put it, their IQ not too up there, so they can be manipulated everywhere. Every time I think about Anne-Marie Vaz did in Portland there, so
yeah,
with the hairdressing thing,
right? We go cream the girl.
It just sums up. Yeah, it just sums up everything.
She got cream one girl here and all, and the black girl them with creaming at them head love her off after that.
Right, because you show them trivial and think about us.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a whole heap of the population was strong. Because even people Damien was stand up for, how good they were burning fire upon him when the rubber hit the road. And in terms of ISAT, I don't think ISAT can move any further.
You don't think he should go any further?
No. Why I tell you right, I guess something might be so controversial, right? Remember saying, I will have to put this in context. God, they made the panic ground and you people are talking. Right? Cartel is toxic in Jamaica. When I say cartel is toxic, yeah, maybe 50% of people say cartel and maybe another 50%. But the power brokers have a big say in what happened in Jamaica. Because I don't know if
why you mention cartel when you talk about ISAC? You know what I think?
ISAC, we are talking about what remember saying or say, yeah.
But you're mentioning cartel while we're talking about ISAC. So may I ask you why?
I interject something. May I interject that? Remember, I said Jamaican people have this thing where what the term my grandmother used to use now?
While you think about
like that, you cook. Let me tell you term. What may I try to see? They lump up everything in one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you understand what I try to say.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because why I say this, I read the other day where it was some judge, he basically they want Cartel to be behind bars. I don't know if you saw it, where him say,
let me give you something. Let me give you something. Hold on there. Let me say this to
Mhm.
you. And dare anybody to challenge me on this. Couple of things I've noticed. One, ISAT and Cartel separated for a reason beyond what we could have seen. ISAT explained it after he won. He said, for the very same reason why you hear some people are talk about him no win off for no merit, him no win off for no real issues from the people them, like the people them don't know what they want for themselves. He did not want it to be a case of celebrityhood, where it's because Cartel come through the place and support him and was at every event and use his celebrity powers to win votes for him. So while we were over here, especially me, saying, yo, Cartel could have did support more and be there more, that would have guaranteed a win because the thing did look close. Isaac said he didn't want that. He didn't want that because East Portland has real issues, and that has nothing to do with dancehall or a dancehall artist or anything like that. And he wanted to get to the bottom of those real issues. That's why he was boots on the ground, walking, talking to the people, them, spending time amongst them, hearing their concerns, listing their concerns, and formulating a plan of how we're going to get beyond these things and get the people's issues is what won. And I said, damn, that's smart. Now here's my next thing I'm going to say to you, because I sat done with. My next thing is this. If Vybz Cartel put down music right now and pick up politics, he's going to go super far.
I don't agree with you.
All right, son. All right.
You know why we say we don't. You know why we say we don't agree with you.
That has always been the trend.
Young people don't vote.
Well, there is somebody
young
out
people
there who
don't vote.
can make them vote. Them vote this time, man.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but there's somebody out there who can drive them to vote. Are the same people who tell them don't vote, you know?
One set of musicians never say make a difference in Jamaican election. Right? Well, we tell you now. We're born 62. You're born at the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So we are two knocks, man. Said we are still.
Seeing.
And when we were a little boy, when 72 election come up, or 10 years old, I remember, the Wheelers did basically a semi-campaign for the PNP. And I don't know if Cartel have them they pulled it.
At different time.
Even put it to say that, so
different time now.
We even put it, so remember, say when things get out of hand, you know, when they had the peace concert, and the man, the Siaga man, they have to draw back for to come keep the peace concert. And I don't know if Cartel have them full and respect this.
What? Brother, may I tell you, say, for over the years that I have studied, because I study, you know, I pay attention, you know, I don't think anybody else did more videos intricately studying the Vibes Cartel, Sean Stomp, Kahira Jones, Andre St. John case than I did. My videos are still on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you find anybody who started advocating for them before me, I would pay you. Because I me start that. If you find anybody who did more in-depth videos on the whole thing, I'll pay you. Because I me do that too. So when I say that, I say this. I say that to say, yes, we will pay anybody who can find it. Because me know me not have to pay nothing. Me know me not have to pay nothing because there is nobody before me. YouTube date the video them, you know. So nobody can pull up no video before mine.
You have no equal on that, man.
So here what I'm saying. Wait now, let me finish. Hear what I'm saying. I am absolutely sure that Vibes Cartel has been a threat in that way for the longest. You see, when they tell people from way back when to stop vote, he was the one that did it. The same way how him says Sting dead and Sting dead, and the same way the man says stop vote. Now vote for JLP or PMP, the people them does pretty much stop vote from back then, especially younger generation. So if him ever say, get up and say, let's go vote, put on a pair of shoes, on him foot and step out on the ground and say, follow me to the polls, y'all would be super surprised to see. I'm absolutely sure he can do it.
That is debatable. We have a conversation about that idea, because
that is the threat. That is the threat that he always had. Yeah, you have to understand. Influence is power, right? And once you have a certain level of influence, you will see all of them come pitch for you because they need that influence to go with their message and their crowd. And you see, if you're not willing to lend that influence to their message and their crowd, you become an enemy. Because if you're not with them, you're against them, right? In a them mind. That's why I see Cartel draw out and form a neutral stance. And say, listen, I'm not really in the politics thing, you know, but I'm a musician, I'm an artist. So, and the people who are my fans, they are from both parties. So that was the weirdest one ever. But he did what he had to do. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do. But believe me when I tell you this, he's been a threat for the longest because they fear him actually putting down music and stepping into the political arena. Because anyhow him do it, my brother, you're gonna say something different.
No, me not say something different. And you make glad say jump ship for Jamaica still.
Yeah, me too.
Because
out there in the world doing big things.
Me fear for him life, you know, because when Jamaica establishment want you, they will get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But that anywhere though, not true. But yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But anyhow, back to for the Damien thing, man. The status quo not gonna accept it. The hierarchy of the People's National Party, they would have fight him to the mascot. Look back on Portia, you know. Two Portia's a grassroots lady. You understand? The hierarchy of the PNP never accept her.
But she came and she reigned. And that's what history has recorded.
Yeah, the record as she could have been representing the party in the last election, but I don't know, but our country, you see that, we go back to the last thing that you said, Bridget said, that colonialism thing, the man, in Jamaica,
strong,
take root and come out it.
Strong.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I say about the people who they man who go burn a fire for. None of them would have say we know no Rasta boy. Because we have to call a spade, we know we people them, you know.
All right. This is segueing us into our next section when we want to get into shortly. So wrap it up for me there. Let me get into the next part there. You can always call back.
Yeah. I have one thing I'm so through.
Yes, sir.
You related to the camera them in a sanguinity?
No. But me know who you are talking about.
Is that you tell me I so go school near Hasbro Campbell and him did for a sanguinity the other day, you know what I said, no, ask him.
There is also a brother from Knox whose wife killed him the other day. I don't know if you see that.
No, when they for Hasbro, because that was how Hasbro did, you know, near Hasbro Campbell.
But him look like from my time though. Him look familiar, but
I find your time, because we graduated from Knox 1980. That's how your mother and father no meet it.
All right, sir. All right.
Love my family.
Manners and respect, my brother.
Yeah, man.
All right. Listen, so this is gonna bring us into men in locks. Men in locks. There are 4 men now, right? Because we they are talk about what Jamaica is ready for and what them not ready for. And that may I tell him to Mervin say them the days they done, right? What Jamaica is ready for and what they're not ready for. Men in locks. There are 4 sporting dreadlocks now that were once scorned hairstyles. They have now officially taken their seats as members of parliament. If you look at the icon that I made this morning for this video, I used 2 of them, which was also their names are in our discussion this morning. So may I talk about Isaac Buchanan, I'm talking about Damian Crawford, but there are others as well. To say men with long dreadlocks in parliament is something to see. Now, for the first time in Jamaica's history, 4 male parliamentarians are sporting dreadlocks. This is a powerful sign. Some say of the growing acceptance of this hairstyle. Them don't say Rasta culture, you know. Them say hairstyle. And if you talk to Rasta, Rasta go tell you say it's not a style thing, you know, brother, it's a way of life thing. See? But the acceptance of this hairstyle is a start, right? And the country's Afro identity and Rastafarian culture at large. It's like saying this is a sign that they are being more accepted than ever before in history. All right. The opposition benches have first-time Member of Parliament Isaac Buchanan to the People's National Party and Damian Crawford in the House of Representatives, with Alan Bernard in the Senate. On the government side, Orlando Terrelong kept his dreadlocks as he was sworn in for the 3rd consecutive term. Speaking with the Jamaica Observer in an interview outside Gordon House on Thursday, attorney at law Isaac Buchanan, the new MP for Portland Eastern, argued that the hairstyle and its wearers, or the people who wear them hairstyle here, they have historically faced harmful and stereotypical rhetoric, making their presence in the legislative branch of government a significant development in Jamaica's journey to acceptance towards Afrocentric cultural practices. Boy, Jamaica late. The rest of the world is watching and is like, Jamaica? Wait, hold up. Jamaicans, like upper class Jamaicans, don't like dreadlocks? Every time I say it, foreigners always say, are you for real, SOUFLO? Because I thought that was like your national identity. And I'm like, hell no, it ain't. It's, it's not. If you know the kind of fight that you will have to go through if you ever decide to lock up your hair and say you're going to get to certain levels in Jamaica. I tell foreigners this all the time and they're like, what? In Jamaica? Bob Marley's Jamaica? Yes, man. So, according to Buchanan, the representation of all communities in Jamaica is very important, and he is happy that the progress the country has made in this regard. Rasta in a parliament now. So, Jamaica has come a far way, and being one of the attorneys that took the government to court about Rastafarian hair, dreadlocks, hairstyle, and Afro identity, to be able to represent, as you can see, is something major to me. That took the government to court, you know, on the issue. You see, Afro identity and Rastafari is important to the culture and the history of Jamaica, and we must not forget all of the trials and the tribulations that the Rastafarians went through, said Isaac Buchanan as he pointed to the troubled past that was associated with not just with the hairstyle, but with Jamaicans of the Rastafarian faith. Remember, Bustamante called for the slaughtering of Rastafarians, bring them in dead or alive, preferably dead. A dead Rasta is a good Rasta, right? Back in them time there, if you hear some of the Rasta them tell it, it was a dreadful time for them. Like police would kick with them foot, literally walk up and kick you down, kick with them foot, drag them by them dreadlocks, pop it out on the street, force trim them, lock them up for days, weeks, and months with nothing other than use a dreadlocks, beat them, kick out them teeth, broke up them hand, them foot, all kind of something. So they flee to the hills and they went into isolation, right? He added that this was another great step of promoting equality and unity amongst Jamaicans and argued that neither cultural background nor personal preferences should hinder one's progression in life. The possibilities are endless now. The sons and daughters of Jamaica, we are all equal. And it doesn't matter where you come from or what has happened to you in your life. Be the best version of yourself. No, I'm also a Maroon, Isaac said. So I am proud to be in the parliament representing, because representation matters, added Isaac Buchanan. Remember saying, Isaac is a Maroon, end up in a parliament, and Chief Curry is hard pressed to have a conversation, dialogue with Andrew Holness, because it seemed like Andrew just don't want to talk to him, right? Crawford, a new MP. This is Damian Crawford. He's a new MP for St. Catherine Northwestern. He sported dreadlocks before his entry into politics more than 15 years ago. He told the Observer that the representation of Afrocentric culture in government is very important. This is a representation of what Jamaica is. And we have even had two as junior ministers. I was a junior minister, and Orlando Terrelong was also a junior minister. So fortunately, we have moved from only Black being accepted to now Jamaicanness being accepted. He argued that as time progresses and the image of dreadlocks is further accepted, that more people from the background will also envision themselves in places of authority. That is why it is super important. If you never see somebody like you do it before, you tend to grow up and live out your life thinking that's probably impossible for us to do. That is one of the reasons why Jamaicans so bold and we stay so, how we stay, compared to our brothers and sisters who are, say, from the United States of America, born and raised, right? We grew up in Jamaica seeing anybody who go to primary school in a Jamaica, basic school to primary school, especially primary school and then high school levels, you see them on the walls of your institutions where you gained your education from. And you grew up seeing Black heroes. You grew up seeing great people. Marcus Garvey is one of ours. You grew up seeing, and him not the only one, you grew up seeing great people who achieved great things who look just like you. So it was always in your mind that no boy can hold me down. Me can make this happen, right? And we have that kind of thing. If you look at others who grew up seeing all of their leaders have always been like Caucasian men, then it's kind of hard for an African-American boy to say, I'm going to be president one day. You see that? All right. That is why the representation at that level is super important, not just for grown people now, for the youth them where come up. But President of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, Stephen Golding, has cautioned against conflating those who wear dreadlocks as a stylistic choice with Rastafarians whose religions face persecution from the Jamaican government. He's saying these are two different people. You have man over there so wear dreadlocks, and then you have Rasta over here, so which is a difference. You don't wear dreadlocks and automatically become a Rasta. Now, I'm saying, as far as that is concerned, let's get one foot in the door at a time. Let's get one foot in the door at a time. Let's get we don't have to now go into parliament and point out the four brother them who just make it in there, except for one who just make it in there to come say no. But the four of them is not like Bingy Rasta, or the four of them is not like 12 Tribe, or the four of them is not like Bobo Rasta. Them and a Rasta, them uncle have dreadlocks. You know, there's an identity that goes along with having dreadlocks, which is Afrocentric. So let's get that there first and get that accepted first before we can start do the differentiation and them kind of something there. Anyways, Steve Golden said, for me, I am very clear. The people should understand that Rastafari is a religion. It is not just a style or a way of life. Rastafari is based in the belief and the divinity of Haile Selassie. I don't know of any of those four men in parliament wearing dreadlocks believe in that. He argued that while there is a benefit to more people accepting the dreadlocks hairstyle overall, and the harmful stereotypes losing their prominence, a Rasta have a 40 leg in him head. A dreadlocks, them nasty, see? They probably smell. Them no beard, you know. Hold off on the phone call them a little bit. Let me go through this first and then we'll take the calls. He said, all of them man here who gone into parliament, I don't know not one of them have been Rastafarian representation in government. See, we always go frig around and shoot ourselves in the foot. Don't do this. Don't do this. He said the point I'm trying to make is Jamaica needs to begin to be very clear in distinguishing between dreadlocks as a hairstyle and Rastafari as a religion and a movement. It's not every dreadlocks is a Rasta. And it's not every Rastafari have dreadlocks. And that need to be taught. Well, I think we know that, King. We know that, right? And I don't think we need to beat that to death because it's not to our betterment, it's not to our benefit. See? Junior Copeland said, member said the world embrace dreadlocks until the world embrace Rasta. Pure hypocrite and wagonist. Member said the world embrace dreadlocks until the world embrace Rasta. Pure hypocrite and wagonist. RR123 says the 1%, including the Leachin brothers, run Jamaica. Look into the entities that they cover. Golden Cheese Cookie says that's very powerful. Maroons and Rasta. Well, you have Sizzler, Kalonji, Maroon and Rasta. You have Bujo, Bantan, Maroon and Rasta, right? Yeah, man. So it's nothing new. And they've always said that. So it's not new. It's just getting it to where it is seen in spaces that are considered to be, what word should I use now? Up there, so. Remember I said this? Bob Marley should have been given the National Heroes title a long time ago. A lot of people don't believe me when I say this. Bob Marley, if Bob Marley had a low haircut, like a low fade, clean shaved face, but like a Marcus Garvey haircut, Bob Marley would have been national hero long time. The fight is still on to even be accepted in that state with dreadlocks. We don't even have to say Rasta, because Rasta is not synonymous with dreadlocks. But just to be accepted with them dreadlocks there on your head. Remember, you know, Bustamante under the JLP not too long ago, you know, it was a massacre that took place. And we're not talking about dancehall artist massacre, we are talking about real blood running in the streets. So, and it was all over that hairstyle. It was all over that hairstyle. So to now turn around and expect that same institution to bestow upon somebody like a Bob Marley with that same dreadful hairstyle there. Because that's where it come from, the dreads, dreadful. Yeah. I didn't see it happening, and I know it's because of that. So until they're able to say Bob Marley is a national hero and deserves his place on that list, then I will always say the fight is still on and it's still an uphill fight. So we got 4 through the door, sitting members of parliament now, but that is just a little toops, like my granny would have said. But it's still progress in the grand scheme of things moving forward. Right? Right. Buster Manteman, the same man where me telling you say him give JPS complete control over Jamaica's power grid. And that is why Jamaica only have one electricity supplier. Bustamante and everyone against Rasta was to subside the black culture and heritage of Jamaicans, says Roddy's daughter. Yeah, never like certain things, Afrocentricity and all of that. You know, he wanted things to be run a certain kind of way. Very colonial, like subservient, certain people are supposed to be. Like, you know, some Rasta did not teach self-reliance. You know what I'm saying? Rasta was teaching self-reliance, independence. Rasta was their message was back to Africa and these kind of things. And back to Africa, I mean pack up your bag and just go on to Africa, you know. Jump on a boat, ship, plane or whatever and just left. It meant repatriate mentally first. Repatriate mentally, spiritually first. And get ready for the journey physically. Right? And he was very ticked off about them spreading that ideology across the country when him wanted to uphold white supremacy and a white Jesus picture in every household and every church building and so on and so forth. So there was a clash. There was a clash. And Mark and you know, Bustamante started saying use violence. No different from the Christian Crusade, right? Right. Junior Copeland says, anytime Marcus Garvey teaching is part of the educational curriculum and any parent can send their child to school with Fred's legislated in Parliament. All right, me now get to you said this, Mr. Copeland. Not getting what you're saying there. But there goes it. So I'll end this segment by saying this again. Some things change, some things remain the same. We can't be the kind of people who sit around and say, that can never work, that not work. If the people them who came before us, my friend, were the type of people to sit around and say everything not gonna work and can't work, I'm going to tell you why it can't work. We would probably still be yes sir, yes sir, master. As be good nigga for master, yes sir. We'll probably still be that. Well, some of us are still that. We'll probably still, more of us would still be that. You know, so we have to be forward, moving, upward, mobile, and think. See it? All right. We're going to move along. And we're going to talk about something else. So we've covered, should Damian Crawford become leader of the People's National Party while Mark Golden steps aside and take a smaller role? This would mean that the next time there is an election and it would be Damian Crawford that would be running for Prime Minister. Most people have said no, don't do it. Them no see it happen, including who called in. Y'all can call in now, please. The phone lines are open again, and I'm willing to accept calls now. Most people are saying no, don't do it. It's crazy that we are still in a place where we say no, don't do it. Because nobody now not ready to see somebody with dreadlocks become prime minister in Jamaica. Now imagine if you have the intelligence and if you have the wherewithal to carry out that duty in a way that elevates the nation. Imagine being denied that opportunity to do that simply because of how the hair upon your head look. We're still in that time. We're still in that time. Yeah. Denny Sparks says, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Baptiste Alphonse Carrot. Live on the air with SOFLO. Good morning.
Good morning, Flo. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing this morning?
I'm all right.
Talk to me now.
I'll borrow 20 seconds out of the off-topic conversation. Out of the gentleman that called in earlier that make off of the word and try to spell colonialism on live and he messed up. Then
You're not gonna miss that.
No, I'm not gonna miss it because after I'm a talk and him sound like him make sense, then he train us derail.
Yeah.
And the man that say Cartel toxic to Jamaica. No man, you're going too far, man. Come down now, man.
Yeah. Him say that's what people say. Him say it's what people say. I don't think he was saying it's so him feel. Him say that's what people say. Most people him think say that Cartel is toxic to Jamaica.
I think you trip him up liquor and him get scared and then him start adjusting conversation and him statements after, you know?
Yeah.
You see my reality trick.
Yeah, we have to check him in with reality.
But no want to call and go say, Carl have a strong, he has a strong influence. And that time him having people them when name God that nation. And if you go at the meaning of nation, he's gonna have a lot of people turn out to support him. And if a politics or whatever, if all these prices have freedom, if the ticket them never so dear, the place couldn't hold people.
That's true. You know, Jerome, good point to make, because at the rate that those tickets were sold and the place did pack out, could you imagine if the ticket them did cheap?
Then it would be a pandemonium and chaos.
Boy, I did pandemonium and chaos already, but I could imagine to a whole another level, them would have need one next stadium.
And you know, people spend $500, $600, $700 a night for some Airbnb just for one person.
Yeah,
so
man,
I can't go and talk about him things the Cartel don't have a strong influence.
Listen,
go ahead.
Me have to pause for a minute and open this up, give people a glimpse for those who weren't there. When you talk about somebody, if you're guessing about influence, this is the first person. And when Buju Banton got free, I went down to Jamaica too to attend this concert. And yes, there was a crowd, and yes, there were lots of people there and whatever. But for one, film ticket them wasn't them kind of price here. The prices that were on these Cartel tickets, people were cussing, saying, who him think him is? Who you feel like pay that the kind of money if you go see this at Jailbird and blah blah blah. But his fans and the people who wanted to see him, they far outweighed the naysayers. So I've never been in Jamaica yet and see playing lineup on runway like how, you know, like when you go on good mechanic and or you do a barber shop or you see the barber, the good barber have 12-man lineup a wait. Next cut, and they don't want to go to nobody else. I saw the plane them did line up. I have never seen the airport so packed, both going in and coming out. I have never, it did happen there until people are dropped down in an airport, and that's what me that telling about. I have never seen the place like that, combustible, buzzing. And hold on, bro. There were rooms in hotels that are usually, them room here in them hotel are usually $150 a night. You see that night there? $1,100 for one night at the room. And you think nobody never pay? The place packed till nobody else couldn't hold in there. They had to turn away people. So that's just to give you an idea of the magnitude of this man's influence.
And Auntie Dana is a strong Andrew Holness supporter. And we hear Auntie Dana come out and say, what Cartel do? Buju Banton and Chris Gold, none of them can do it. History.
Not
And
even
Donna
Chris Brown
Grub
or Bobby
Black
Banton
and
didn't do it. That's true. That's facts.
Donna Grub Black and in Grub Brand and one Anthony said the power we cartel have. Be careful.
Yeah. Brother, me or a taxi man say, you know, say, me a cuss Cartel, you know. Me a cuss Cartel and me a taxi man, you know. Anytime Cartel touch a place, me get rich same time because me run road so till me can't run road no more. But here when me bex about now. Instead the way how the place packed, brother. It's like we can't even move. He's not complaining about having work. The man say him get rich, money pocket full up same time. But the way how the place pack, I just bumper to bumper traffic. Anything he might do, I just saw the place stay. So you telling me that a person like that can transfer over into politics and be something significant? He absolutely can.
This man going around pulling out stadiums and just he's the only advertised. The man go to Barclays Stadium 3 times and I just him alone, you know, just to bring out him fans them. Have people keep on come on. So I don't know why I call that talk about still, but we'll be hold on to him, you know. But
Yeah.
big up yourself, so it was a great week. I don't know why you sent out a message yesterday. I had me refreshing.
Yeah. Did I say yesterday? Did I send out a message yesterday? Or we just
Yes,
post a
you
video?
sent out a message saying, you know, we'll be going live this morning for 2 hours and
No, sir.
8:30 to 10:30.
Go
And
look.
you did stamp it. Yeah, man, go look.
I'm not gonna look, because it must have been a mistake. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't.
But we're not gonna hold you accountable, you know. Maybe something happened, you know, nature calls, you never know. Big up yourself.
Man, I love respect, brother. All right. Yeah, but pretty sure I never sent out no message yesterday because I posted the video. I was going to send a message out later saying, obviously, we're not going live this morning. I normally take one day off during the week to catch up on certain things because I run multiple channels. So, you know, what Jerome, I see message not even there. Here, Jerome, pay attention to the crowd because the people them are telling you no message went up yesterday, bro. BM say I get old. Yeah, get old. Head and gather water. You're getting senile. Watch the crowd. See that? No message, bro. No message. I didn't put no message up yesterday. Him all have me I think so we put up message yesterday. See? Me there now I think, why did you put a message up yesterday? You know you weren't gonna go live. I didn't put no message up, Jerome. I didn't put no message up. All right. So interesting chain of conversation this morning. We have the D4vd case update to get into. That's the entertainer who the decomposing body of the young girl was found in his Tesla. We have that story to get into because there's an update to the story. If you watched my video yesterday, you will have heard what I said then, and then we can pick up from that. Or I'll reiterate and get everybody up to speed. Then we'll move forward. We have questions, random questions, which we can get into. No, listen, I got choose. We have random questions we can get into. We have the missing girl story we can get into. Or we have music we can get into. Or sports. 60 seconds to go. You choose. Music, sports, missing girl, or questions. Go. 60 seconds. Music, sports, missing girl, or questions. 60 seconds. We're already 10 seconds in. 10 seconds in, Nance says sports. Nisha says random questions. PG says questions. So we have 2 questions and 1 sports, 3 questions. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Curse says questions. Julie Tapper says missing girl. So we have 1 sports, 1 missing girl, and 4 questions. 4 questions leading. We're 30 seconds in and counting. 31, 32, 33. Missing girl. Hold on there, caller. Hold on there. We're trying to figure something out right now. Missing girl, missing girl. Oh God, missing girl came and caught up with missing girl, missing girl, missing girl, missing girl. It looks like missing girl is what it's gonna be. I thought it was going to be something else. We have 10 seconds left. Rizabella missing girl, BM missing girl, Jazzy Lady missing girl. One Fresh Meds Walton, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Missing girl. Karan says sports. Unstoppable Josh says missing girl. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sean Cassell seals the deal. Missing girl. It is overwhelmingly ahead of all other topics. Let's take this call real quick. Please be on topic. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning. Hello.
Yo, SOUFLO.
Yeah, fam. What going?
I send you a tune, I play tune here in a dog. You hear that? Because me one of your fans and they play your thing and they play your thing every day in a dog. You hear that? Yeah. And me and the dog where another conversation, we don't know where the little boy come on the phone and I chat. But the major I think I told me there work, I couldn't talk, you hear that?
Same.
Yeah, so anytime I'm ready back for blood clot, me just tell them I'm ready.
Right.
Hear that? Play that song there for them. I make them know why I'm so angry. Hear that?
All right, sir.
That song there about, yeah, it can tell you why I'm so fucking angry about certain things.
All right,
Hear
brother.
that? And keep the number. Anytime I'm ready,
I'm
ready for them. Hear that?
All right, brother.
If they really want to get in that you turn up your thing that day there. See me, they really do want to get in a conversation with me about you working at the bank. You know that I'm going to tell you, hear that? See me? Yeah, so I couldn't get in like. Because they want to know why so much pain has come out of me. You hear that? You remember? You remember the conversation?
Yes, man. I know what you're talking about, man. I know that with the pan right now, though, but I know what you're talking about.
I know. Anytime I'm ready, man. But you say I do the live in a day, the weekend, I'm sit down, I'm there. You never do it. You hear that?
Are you ready for that?
See me? We're ready for it. How you talking
all right,
about?
so here what? Make it a date and don't be late. How about this? How about we do that tomorrow?
All right. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. We are walk out a different place. So tomorrow, yeah.
All right, so why is that good time? Why
tomorrow, I'm start work from 7, you know. You know, New York, me there in Brooklyn.
So evening hours.
Yeah. Yeah, evening hours, because I work till 11 o'clock. I do a double upon them.
All right. All rotted.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
So sometime in the evening hours, see?
Yeah, man, hit me up. I'm paying like 10 when you have time now.
All right, mad.
Mad, my friend. You can play it now too, because you're not on the live, on the air. And the people will listen to so a one-time thing, you know that? Mad. That's why I'm so angry. They will continue.
All right,
you know?
All right.
All right, man. Mad, yeah.
Boy, the one said play the tune and the tune will explain why he is so angry. We want to talk about the missing girl. That is where we are at. Don't want to overshadow that with something else. I think tomorrow will be more appropriate when he's on the air, so we can play the tune then. Let me see what I'm going to talk about anyway. Little bit. I'm curious now. See? He said he just sent a tune. Let me see if he actually did send a tune. Hopefully it's not a tune that has any copyright infringement. No, we can't access the tune, brother. Yeah, it's not coming up. All right. What is meant to be was meant to be. What wasn't meant to be just was not. All right. May I try to play it now, but we can't access it. The link I'm sending is not opening up for me to play it. So we'll leave it until tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow in the evening hours, because I really want to get into a conversation with this brother. And if he's making himself available to talk, I think that can benefit all of us, including him. If it don't turn into a total shit show. But we have to go see. All right. We'll play it tomorrow. More appropriate timing. All right. Into the case of D4vd and Celeste Rivas Hernandez. You know, as soon as I put that video up, right, I said in the video There's no way. For those of y'all who don't know what this is about, there's an artist who is apparently super popular, but me never hear about him before, ever. So I said in the video yesterday, don't ask me to sing one of his songs because I don't know this guy. However, he's out doing world tour and he's living in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills and all these kind of things, you know, so it take lots of dollars to live up there. So. And then his Tesla was found on the side of the road and it was towed to a tow yard, where the scent coming out of the vehicle was so pungent that the people there call law enforcement. Them said, pop the vehicle open. Law enforcement has the authority to do so because something is off about this vehicle. Flies are gathering on the trunk, the front trunk of the Tesla. Something in there are rotten. And when law enforcement came and popped the trunk open, they found the body of a person in there. They could tell that it was a female, and they could tell initially that the female was pretty small in structure. And the description that they gave of the female, 70 pounds, curly hair, 70 pounds, and 5'1" or something like that, or 5 feet tall. And I said, that's either a malnourished grown person or that is a child. Well, 24 hours went forward and then they came up with the identity of the person. The identity of the person is a child named Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who was missing since she was 13 years old. She's 15 at time of death. So she's been missing for 2 years. And his Tesla, according to people who live in the area, because if you listen to my first video, I said in the Hollywood Hills, Hollywood has its dirty part, Skid Row part, and poor people section. But when you say Hollywood Hills, that's up the hill. That's where the mansions are. I said, damn, this kind of remind me of, you know, we hear stories about the music industry and people having to make blood sacrifices or do sexual favors in order to gain access to fame and fortune. And I wonder if this was one of those cases, because you don't just drop a car. A Tesla doesn't just bounce around on the side of the road of the Hollywood Hills unnoticed for that long. It was there for weeks until it was finally towed to a tow yard. I mean, I said somebody who is famous is involved, or somebody who has powers are pulling strings, because the person who owned the Tesla has not been arrested. The person who owns the Tesla has not been arrested. It turns out the body of the 14-year-old or the 15-year-old girl was also dismembered. She cut up in pieces and put in a plastic bag and put in the trunk of the Tesla. Now, more things are unraveling. I said in my first video, there is no way it's not him do it. But he's out on tour. And while the news broke, he just did a show. The same night the news broke, during the morning, he went ahead and did another show on tour again, somewhere out in Nevada. So for D4vd, I don't know how to say his name other than that. Somebody says SOUFLOW, that's not how you say it. It means something else. Kind of like Extentation or Extentation. Them have them funny name, yeah. D4vd is what everybody can see. The eerie, unreleased Celeste song. So more things are surfacing of him now. The girl's mother has now come forward to speak. The girl's mother said she knows that her daughter was dating a guy named David. Well, his real name is David. Live on the air with SOUFLOW. Good morning.
Yes, so far. Calling on the topic. So apart of the D4vd guy.
Hold on, take us
his
off
name is
speaker.
David.
Take us off speaker or Bluetooth.
I'm off the speaker. You hear me better now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, part of the guy, D4vd, his name is David.
Right, I just got to that.
And yeah, and apparently, he pretty much like the girl in love with her. They were hanging out.
They have the same, they share the same tattoo that says shh.
Yeah,
don't tell. Be quiet, don't tell.
And because I guess she's a minor, so he was just upset the fact that he can't really have her the way he wants. So I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know. And it seems like he knows something about it. And then his album pretty much speaks for itself. It's like he's just painting in the album.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm about to get into all of that right now.
Yeah, man. All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I have the info, bro. I have the info. I think you're gonna tell me something else. So, D4vd's eerie unreleased Celeste song is what they discovered. Because you know, a musician make songs, and they went and looked in his unreleased. They're looking through all his songs that may lead to something that may have told them a story or something. Some of these people, they commit murder nowadays and then go do a song or rap about who them kill and all that. That's why they started using people's song against them, right? Well, he has an eerie unreleased song. It's called the Celeste song. And her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And that song surfaced as the cops were searching his home where he stayed before Celeste Rivas Hernandez decomposing body was found in the Tesla. So I'm asking yesterday, how come they haven't even like searched his home? Where does he live? If you listen to the video I put up yesterday, right? Where does he live? When last lay him head? Why them not search? Bum rush in place, searching. See if them can find any evidence, what studio he records from, blah, blah, blah. Well, they did a sting yesterday on his home. They searched his home. The cops raided the Los Angeles house where the singer D4vd had reportedly been living after finding the dismembered corpse of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez in the trunk of his Tesla as they revealed his unreleased songs about a girl with the same name, Celeste. They found pictures of them together, and the police executed a search warrant on Wednesday night at the Hollywood Hills mansion where the 20-year-old D4vd, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, had been living. He lives in one of the mansions in the Hollywood Hills. The house was near where the Tesla that is registered to him also was found. So the Tesla stayed in the area, just not at the house. He has a song that's called Romantic Homicide. And the song called Romantic Homicide was slated to be released on the day that they believe the day that she was reported missing. So he had been abandoned. The car had been abandoned with the body rotting inside of the trunk. And the raid on the crash pad or the mansion was the latest development in this case, where the cops are investigating as a homicide as connections between this pop star and the dead teenager keeps piling up. He's still maintaining his innocence. He's not talking to anybody. And around the time that Rivas Hernandez went missing, rumors were swirling that D4vd was dating a teenager named Celeste. According to screenshots of messages that were posted by his fans in a chat room that they frequented back in 2023. It's all adding up. The same year, D4vd, who was more than 2 million followers on Instagram, he made an unreleased track in which he mentioned the name Celeste twice. Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. He sings in the track, which began circulating online after Celeste was ID'd as the girl in his trunk. A photograph also surfaced placing D4vd in her hometown of Lake Elsinore, which is 70 miles from LA. A picture and a video that was also shown D4vd with the same young girl who looks to be about 13 years old, and the photos are now also circulating online. So they have video, they have pictures of him with her when she was about or seems to be 13 back in 2023 when she was 13 in a chat room. His fans were very well aware that he was dating some girl named Celeste. Her mother said she was aware that her daughter was dating a guy named David. The mother didn't say if he was somebody who was older than she was or anything. You got to understand though. So he just turned 20 years old. That means he was 18, 17, 18 when she was 13. 18, 13, still illegal. The law is going to look at it like you're an adult and you're mixing with a child, right? We're not taking no call right now, caller. So the girl's mom also said that she's aware that her daughter was dating David. She doesn't know if this is the David though, but his name is David. 2 years later, her body is found wrapped in plastic in the trunk of D4vd's Tesla, which has been impounded at a Hollywood tow yard after sitting on the public streets for about 1 whole month. The people in the area said the car would never be at one place. Like one day you would come and look and it was sitting one place for like 2-3 days, and then it would go missing and it would be down the street somewhere else for another 2-3 days. Then it would be around another block for another 2-3 days. Then it would be back over here for another 2-3 days. So whoever it was kept moving it around and around. His home is not too far from right here. It's still in the same Hollywood Hills, which tells me he never reported his Tesla missing. There's no record of him reporting his Tesla missing. And I mean, your Tesla doesn't just up and disappear and you just say, I'll just get another one. Don't worry about it. You're at least going to call the police. I'll say, listen, my car is gone, right? Well, that is that. She was 13 at the time. So yesterday now, when they executed the raid on his house, he canceled the show that he was supposed to do last night in Seattle, and he has now put the rest of his tour on hold. Even still, the police has still not yet named him or anyone else as a suspect in her disappearance. Still. My theory is he definitely killed the girl. He was too dumb. He left her in his car. He didn't report his car stolen. He kept moving the car around or having somebody move the car around. There's a picture circulating where people are saying that he was seen paying kids from the neighborhood to move the car to different locations for him. I am sorry the young lady had to die, but the mother had to bear some of this responsibility. Yeah, because now the mom did report her child missing. You know, they actually just put up a GoFundMe. Said they're trying to give the child a burial. And I believe her burial is set for next month, like the 3rd or something of next month. But I want to say blame the mom, but what could the mother have done? She's not from money. Where they come from is not from money. It's more like a strong immigrant community, hardworking people out there, lower middle class kind of community. He scoops her up 70 miles outside of where he's from and takes her into the Hollywood Hills, where she's now hidden in a mansion. She reports her missing, but if she's locked up inside of a mansion then and nobody is seeing her, then what could the mother have done? The mother couldn't do nothing. Earlier I saw where people said the mother knew that this who she was dating, but apparently the mother did not know him. The mother said she didn't know him. She just knows of the name, and she knows that her daughter was talking to a boy named David. That's it. It turns out that his name is David. That's the part, S-Diva. That's the part. All that information, and he's still on tour. This is why I said somebody, first of all, I don't know him to be somebody who has sold enough records and has such a big following that he could afford a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. But then again, you know, people make their money and you don't know, not because you don't know them, don't mean they're not rich and famous to others. So we'll give that one a pass. And he's only 20 years old. The next thing is, who is his sponsors? Who's his management team? Who signed him? Because this is getting weird. This reminds me of a movie I watched where a sacrifice had to be made and they were like, preferably it had to be a young virgin, 12, 13 years old. It would be the ideal age. And the person had to make the sacrifice in order to gain access to fame and fortune. And they were like, you're going to be rich. You're going to be super rich, but you have to do this. I'm not saying that's what happened. Maybe like the caller said earlier, she was too young and he couldn't be seen in public with her. And he, in his sick mind, he was in love with her. And one of them, I can't have you, no one else will kind of situation. So I'll just kill you and stuff you somewhere and then move on with life. He also has a song where it said, I killed you and I didn't even cry. In the back of my mind, you died. And I didn't even cry. Something like that. Now, that one says, authorities are continuing their investigation into the D4vd case as several leads and new evidence have emerged in connection with the death of the teenage girl who was recently found deceased in the 20-year-old singer's car. In a statement on Thursday, September 18th, a spokesperson for the Los Angeles Police Department said that detectives from the Robbery Homicide Division served a search warrant at a local address in connection with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Rivas would be 15 years old, and she was the juvenile who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore, the Riverside County Sheriff Office previously told NBC News. She was found on September 8th in a Tesla that was registered to D4vd, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. The LAPD investigated the impounded vehicle after someone complained of foul odor coming from the vehicle. Several items of evidence were recovered. and will be analyzed by the detectives in the coming days. Another LAPD spokesperson said investigators are following up on several leads as well. Hernandez was first reported missing back in April 5th of 2024. April 2024 to April 2025, that's 1 year, May, June, July, August, September. So she's been missing since she was 13, but she was only reported missing 1 year and 5 months ago. She's been missing over 2 years. Maybe she used to go check in with her mom every now and then. You know, pick me out them bad when them ready for bad. So sometimes you're up on the road, but you would call or check in anyway, and mommy is saying, "Where are you, Celeste? Come home." And she's like, "I'm not coming home. I'm just letting you know I'm all right." Blah blah. And then the calls stopped. Then the call stopped, and then her mom got worried, and then her mom officially reported her missing. Hold on there. Live on the air with SOUFLOW. Good morning.
The management, he has a big management there, and then a popular one. And
he has
I think Gatorade are very cool for the big sponsor.
Wait. He has a big management behind him?
Yeah, a popular one too.
A popular one too.
Yeah, and Gatorade already pulled the sponsor.
So he was being sponsored by Gatorade even.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a sinister act, and as I said, his album that recently released is like a storyline telling pretty much what happened.
Right.
I mean, it's just crazy.
So the music is like a confession.
Yes.
That's what it seems.
Yes, exactly. And it seems to have a lot of young following too, because I mean, by watching the video, I end up going on TikTok and do my research. And it seems to have a lot of young following.
Yeah, I saw one of his concerts last night, and I was like, I don't know this guy, but the concert packed.
Yeah, full of.
Yeah, with a whole heap of young picnic. A lot of young people in his audience, but his concert was packed, sold out. That's crazy, bro. So what we're looking at then, it looks like this could be somebody who could have been rich and famous for real, but got caught up and derailed. It's gonna be interesting to see how they get him out of this. How they get him out of this. Are they gonna say he was on tour, he hasn't been home in months, the car was stolen, somebody tried to frame him, put a body in his car, the law cannot prove that he was the one that did it, because they're going to have to prove that he was the one that actually did it, even though it's his car. He's somebody who has been on the road for quite some time now. He's doing a world tour. He's supposed to start his European leg of his tour soon. Authorities have not disclosed further information about the girl or if she had any possible connections to him, who started out as a YouTube creator before he rose to fame as a musician. One of the most notable songs was another one, 2022 single that was titled Romantic Homicide. In Romantic Homicide, the song that was released in 2022, it says, "In the back of my mind, you died. And I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't ever arrive." That's what he was singing in the song. He later added, "In the back of my mind, I killed you. And I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. Do I love you? No, I hate you." D4vd explained the meaning behind the lyrics to that song on camera on an interview with Genius, explaining that the storytelling aspect was inspired by the lyrics that came from the hook. That's what he said. It built up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind, you know, and I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died, he said. He then said, I've seen people online taking different meanings and different interpretations from that one part of the song where it's like it's their past selves that's dying and they're not even crying about it because they're evolved or because better people now or they've killed their addictions or other different type of stuff like that. D4vd was in the midst of his Withered World Tour in North America when Hernandez's body was found. So he hasn't been home in months. He has not yet publicly commented on the situation, but his representatives told NBC Los Angeles that their client is fully cooperating with the authorities. So after Rivas' body was found, her family broke their silence. They launched a GoFundMe titled Help Lay Celeste Rivas Hernandez to Rest. That's the name of their GoFundMe. Help Lay Rivas Celeste Rivas Hernandez to Rest on September 18th. That's when they put up the GoFundMe, right? As many of you know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified as the body that was found last week. Organizers Esmeralda Lazona and Giselle Vera wrote, she was a beloved daughter, she was a sister, she was a cousin. We're devastated as a family. Our hearts are broken and devastated by this tragic loss. And we're seeking to lay her body to rest. So any funds you are able to donate are greatly appreciated. They signed off as the Rivas Hernandez family. Lozana and Vera also shared that her service will be held on October 5th. So far, with the raid of his mansion, investigation continues, and he is still not been arrested for anything yet. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. Kind of reminds me of those sacrifices, man, and the stuff we hear about Hollywood and the music industry, and I don't know. You know, you would think that this is a clean-cut case, but then they're going to have to prove that he did it if they're going to accuse him of doing it. I think the police are just putting together their case properly, and they want to make sure that their case is airtight before they go and get him. My prediction is, and then we're going to move on to our next topic. My prediction is that he is going to prison. That's my prediction. He's going to prison. He's going to get locked up. He's going to be charged with it. And then we'll see how the court case goes. That's just my prediction. I don't think he could back out of this one. And I'll keep you posted on anything else that comes up. Now, I had on the list today that the 200-meter finals in Tokyo World Championships would happen today. However, the timeline for that was 10-something Tokyo time, which was 8 o'clock in the morning Jamaica time, which is our time. So it already happened. So now I'm looking at the comment section and I'm seeing Nans and others in here talking about what medals we got. We get Ross bronze in the 200. We got bronze in the 200. No, Nans, you're good. You're good. So hold on there. Damn. So this is what I had on my paper, right? Sherka Jackson. Sherka Jackson looked like she was in tip-top shape. Remember last year or year before last year when Sherka came out, what I said? Mr. Sherka looked like a running back, like she could have played football for one of the US team them because she got thick and had big muscles, and she's going to have to carry those because her races are sprints. So she never looked like she was ready. And somebody had said, yes, she showed up late to training camp and one bag of something wasn't able to lose the weight in time, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do so good. At Worlds, which is held every 2 years, Sharika was the reigning champion for the 200 meters for women's. She was the reigning world champion. So Sharika was supposed, she has defended that title already and won it. So 2 world championships running, Sharika Jackson from Jamaica was the world champion. And I was looking for a three-peat. I was looking for a triple. And she would have been the first woman to have ever done that if she was able to do it. But damn it, I'm here in bronze. Sharika got blown away by the American girl. Is that the same? Let me go look on the sitting. Which American girl win it? Me I go watch it too, you know. Which American girl won the 200? And then in the men's, in the men's 200, that run yet? Let me see. 200-meter finals, Tokyo. World Championships. I'm looking for a name that I'm not seeing. I look for a name, but I not see the name. Apparently, she has not fully back to her 2023 fitness level after the injury from last year. Lavelle, Jesus Christ, Lavelle get bronze. I was looking for Lavelle to win. Brian Lavelle. I was looking for Brian Lavelle to win. I was looking for Noah Lyles to be dethroned. But Noah Lyles said the 200 is his baby. And when he come off that corner tomorrow, nobody is beating him. He said in an interview yesterday, he said, maybe I'm going to be screaming my head off in my hotel room by making this prediction or by saying this right now, but that's how I feel and I'm riding with it. What did Noah Lyles get? Because that's the name I'm looking for. World Athletic Championships 2025, Noah Lyles and Jefferson Wooden takes 200-meter titles. Benjamin and Bo win the 400 meters live. So Noah Lyles, Ross, Noah let out him braids them, come out with the mud here, look like a beast. Okay. Okay. So it's Noah Lyles that won it. Jefferson is her name. Jefferson Wooden takes gold and Hunt takes silver for Great Britain. Melissa Hunt. Oh, shit. The white girl from England. She beat Sharka. Melissa Jefferson Wooden was out there and she went with 21.68 seconds, the best time ran this year. A deserved double gold medal after being the best sprinter in the world this year. Didn't she win the 100-meter too? Isn't this the same girl that won the 100 meters? She is, right? And Amy Hunt takes a bow. She was a bit slower out the blocks, but never gave up and surged beyond the bronze winner Sharika Jackson across the finish line at 22.14 seconds. The realization on her face as she soared past Jackson was priceless. Dina Asher Smith finished 5th. The Bahamian girl who was in this race false started. Damn. Sherka Jackson was bidding to match Allyson Felix's record of a third straight world title over this distance of 200 meters, while U.S. Jefferson Wooden was targeting the sprint double after the 100-meter success. So it is her. She won the 100 meters, and so she won gold in 100 meters, gold in the 200 meters, the American girl, and Noah Lyles retains his title. Sherka barely hang on for third place. Jaja God. We can cross this off of the list now. You know what? We're gonna big up with artists them. We're gonna big up our athletes them the same way. Somebody said yesterday that they noticed that we big up with athletes them when they win, but anytime they lose, we act like it's the worst thing in the world, and we be forgetting that they're humans, and they probably see it and they feel hurt by it too. If you're competitive, losing that spot that you actually really wanted, that hurt more than anything else. That hurt more than what anybody else could have said. So we're gonna big up with athlete them just the same way, right? Thanks for medaling for us, because we could have dropped out all the way and don't get nothing. So thanks for medaling for us. Thanks for representing for us, and better luck next time. You're not all the way out of it. You're still in the runnings. Boy, that little manga girl that can run. That little manga girl can run. You know, watching, I would normally think that is the biggest, strongest person wins. But Shelly and Fraser Price kind of showed us that over the years, right? I didn't know that Shelly was like 5 feet tall or 5 foot 1 inch tall. She's really small. Shelly and Fraser Price is. Well, I'm 6'5", so if Shelly stand up next to me, I'm a whole foot over her. And it was hard to beat her for many years. That little small somebody that just get ghost on you on the track. Now this girl, Wooden doesn't look like the type that, yeah, that's why they call her pocket rocket. Not true, Nance? Yeah, that's why we call her pocket rocket. But Wooden looks skinny and little and maybe even innocent. Wouldn't look like one high school girl where she's doing her last year in high school. She don't look like she could have dominated so much, but she's world champion for the 100 and the 200 meters. Damn. She's in the money. So where is Shakari? Where is Shakari? For our athletes, we're still proud of you. Big up yourself, Darty T. Let our athletes know that we're still proud of them. You know, you medaled for us anyways. And for the ones who did not medal, you went out there and you gave it your best. That's just how it goes. You know, the thing about track and field is everything has to line up for you on that day, in that one race and that moment. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How
Is
you
my
doing?
phone better? I'm good.
Yes, you sound better. You get new phone.
All right. No, on a new phone, but I tell you what happens. You see, sometimes when you take your phone off of data, so that thing when your phone have data, so you can make calls like that, but the discover happen. All right. Congratulations to the athletes then. But me heart to hurt me, because we can't do what they do. But something I want to understand. They run from lane 8 and 9, the woman and the man, Sherika and Lovell, right? So they should have gotten the best lane. So is there something different with the World Championship, different from the Olympics?
You're talking about in a 200 or in a 200?
Remember, so when you run, you get the best lane, 4, 5, or 6, and those are the 3 best lane. Although any lane can win from it, but when you run and win your heat and your semi-final,
it go by time. The lane them go by time.
Then Sherika have one of the best time. How she can get lane 7 now?
She had one of the best time in the heat.
Yes,
semi-finals.
Yes.
Well, somebody else probably had a better time than she did, and it could be by a millisecond. Like literally a millisecond.
Because whether your time slow or what, once you win, you eat in a few race, they get go to the final. You get 4, 5, or 6 to who win, and then time and then selecting that it's
But
4,
remember,
5, and
say,
6.
all right, but remember, say it's different groups, you know. So when you see them in the heats and the semifinals, you see different groups running the 200. So you have Group A go through, and then you have Group B go through with another 8 people, and then you have three group of 8 people go through. And then from all of those, they will choose for from semifinals, from heats to semifinals to the finals. And they keep fine-tuning it by time.
Oh, that me need to figure out that part. I got no. Come like yeah, shit like, but you're not shit.
You know, you're not.
All right. Shouting on American face this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out for that. You understand me?
Yeah.
Look here, later.
All right, later. Oh, shit, I take it to heart. What's going on, man? Yeah, it's best time. That's what I'm saying. It's the best time of each group that advance forward, and then how they do the lanes is by time. Yeah, so you could have a good time and win your heats in your group and still end up over in a lane 8 or 9 because those in the other groups had a faster time than you who won theirs as well. You know, you understand? It's by the lanes are selected by time. But either way, Jacko ran the best in her group. She ran the best in our group, but she obviously didn't run the best overall. And that's what it's going to come down to overall, because they're taking all the winners from each group and comparing their time. So her time was probably not the best out of everybody across the board. But she did have one good lane. What lane did she run from? What lane did Sherka run from just now? Is she in our middle lane? Either way, at this point, it don't matter. The race run, the race gone. She didn't win gold, she didn't win silver, but she did get a bronze, and she still medaled. So she still have some bragging right. She can say I was once the fastest woman in the 200 meters, and I defended that title, and I held that for 2 world championships, and then I lost it on the 3rd world championship, and I'm still at the podium. I'm ranked number 3 in the world, so she still have bragging rights. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Big up to her. She probably not cry about it even like we are doing. You know what I'm saying? So big up to her. She have her bragging rights still. What we're gonna talk about now? I wanted to put some music out there. The last one we're gonna do for the morning, it comes down to this. We're gonna save the questions for last, and we're gonna do music. Now, this I'm not gonna stay long on the music. I wanted to be finished at 10 a.m. So it should have been a 3-hour live. We're almost at 10, which I think it's gonna go a bit beyond 10, obviously. There are 3 albums out here that I want to share with you. I do want to play some of the album, but the copyright infringement is one thing, and I don't know how these people would do me with the copyright infringement. So, Lila Ike album is out called Treasure Self Love. When you're listening up, please, I will not steer you wrong. Music can be healing for the soul. We are talking about some good music now. There are 3 albums out right now from 3 different artists that I am listening to, and these are all non-skippables. Lila Ike, Treasure Self Love, Bad, from start to finish bad. Yeeza's Star of the East album, that's a classic masterpiece piece of album. And then you have Vybz Kartel's Heart and Soul LP, that's out right now as well. Vybz Kartel, him move so fast I can't even keep up. And y'all know I would have been keeping up. But I can't believe so the man, like, he's traveling, doing shows, and dropping projects at the same time, which most artists that I see, they stay still when they drop a project. The day him take off to leave the US, a LP draw, EP drop, and we didn't even know about it. So I'm wondering, is he doing too much and not promoting the project enough? Because after listening to Heart and Soul, I'm like, that I see the videos, so I'm saying I know this song, cause I know the video, I see the video, and then the next one I know this song, cause I see the video, and then the next one I think he's done like 3 videos so far, 4 videos off the EP so far. The songs start getting their own videos, which is in this day and age, it's another way to market your song and get more life out of the song then, cause everybody wants to see, you know, motion picture. Video. You could drop a good song and they'll be like, yeah, the song is nice, I like it, and then that's it. But if you drop the video with the song, it tends to go further. So all these videos he's been making recently are actually videos for the LP or EP, the songs off of the EP. And I didn't even know. I would link me and tell me say it out there. And then we go listen to it. Was it you, Nance? Somebody did link me and tell me said out there. So, Lila Ike, that album is going tough right now. Treasure Self Love, non-skippable. There are 3 songs on there that are my favorite. Too Late to Lie, which she has a video for. All Over the World, and I think she does All Over the World on it, remix with Protege. All Over the World is bad. Too Late to Lie is bad. Romantic Call, bad. Remix with Massacre, dancehall artist Massacre. If you're somebody who loved dancehall and you heard, remember when Patra did, I'm on a romantic call, I'm talking to my baby down at me yard. It was you, Nance. Yes, announcement me know say the Cartel dropped the project because I did not know. I'm looking at him overseas. Like, damn, him going to shell down Malta, or him over here, or him over there. So, and a project is hanging there too. And Fry Planting. Those are my favorite off of this album. But it's still a non-skippable. Fry Planting with Joey Badass. Fry Planting the Sunday morning. That with Joey Badass. Romantic Call with Massacre. All Over the World with Protege or with herself. And then Too Late to Lie. Lila Ike. For Yeeza's album, you have to hear this album. Star of the East. Organic. I love Organic because Organic is like an ode to women who keep them body natural. You never take no cosmetic surgery, you know, and you never let nobody cut up on your body and do nothing like that to you. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Hello, morning, SOUFLO.
Morning, bro. What go on?
What I'm calling it pertaining to Vibes Cartel, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And my observation, me also in the music business, meaning music, play music for artists like instruments, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So I have understanding with music, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And what more to say about Vibes Cartel is that the team, what Vibes Cartel have now, I stop him, I block him from making the hits, the potential, I think him can be what we used to back in the years, like the hits them. It's a storytelling. The fees and team we have running the Aisha and the Scatter, them little man around him. The fees them man there in vision and in creativity, him lack it because of the crew around him. I mean, you know, them good.
Explain that to me. Explain that to me.
Okay.
Me now fight the point. I'm open-minded to learn why you're saying that.
Okay. They are good with him for being a safe space with him. That means that probably me eat well, me exercise well, me do everything well. And we have some open mind, more positive people around him. But the Vibes Cartel, we know, like the Bleacher, the Black Cartel, we will never get back them song there around this environment. And me say it out of experience over the years, me say artists, as they become a married man, in music change, as they become and to take the thing you're doing in your life, it go over in how creative will be and how you sound different. So we will never hear back Cartel at a creative space around them people. I guarantee. We're gonna look to see. I'm saying maybe because that Vybz Cartel fan.
Right.
From in high school years ago.
Right.
So I may have taught this because my experience, them good film as a person, as a family man.
You feel it because him gone too positive or what? Like, may I try to catch an angle?
Okay, it's just all right. When Cartel they put more when in the uptown and they're on certain type of
different vibes.
Youth. Yes, the youth them in the streets and you know what I mean?
Right. You know, we go for them anyway. Gaza we go for them anyway. You like them song they have to pre-war and you have to in some kind of bitterness with somebody. Oh, them boy they're afraid of me. They know some know say them afraid of me. Him not pre that no more. And
no,
all them bend up them up their face.
I know that me saying, but me I say him even creative mind leave him because people around him in that space in a way where him can't have time to think. You know what I mean? When in the garrison, you get that time when burning weed and lock where I'm made on certain man and you go harder, you know what I mean? But now, but now when they want some good food, you might good food for a long time, I say the uptown space when in and the good Vybz Cartel, you know what I mean? So when people, I'm obviously something is fast, I will probably have much time, right? Probably call on next time and say everything, but what my wife is say, I'm gonna say it straight. Half of the people must call themselves Gaza. I fear Gaza. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people change from Cartel because Cartel face fat up now and he come to prison. You know, look like the Cartel we know the slim youth with the regular face. You know, so in face make people doubt him. It's like some people go on stage show, you know. I was support him, but them I look for him make a mistake. I'm not really fan that. Right now, if Carter make 200 mistakes, that's still him fan.
Right.
Him done prove himself already. It's not because him sick now, him face my man swell up, him look at healthy, because say, him can't do it, him can't do it. Him can't, him make a feel enough.
Right.
Make a wish my best if him even feel and say, yeah, you know, say, him prove to who he is again, so not more. You know what I mean?
See.
That is a true friend. Yeah, that's a true fan then.
See.
Yeah.
I get it, man. I can't argue with what you're saying. I actually get what you're saying.
Yeah, man. The Aisha and the Scat and the little man them around him would now get back a Cartel again. I guarantee you that. And you go watch and see. They're not going to be that creative.
So
again.
I think
sing some regular song where work and sound good, but it's not going to be. I'm not going to say it's not going to be expect, you know. But the hit when I used to make back then, you know what I mean? Certain song like none of them born in the bad, you know. They tune there with the storytelling band. We will listen to it, can enjoy it. A movie we watch. Then they gone through the gate. Yeah.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Big up yourself.
Well said. Manners.
All right. You too.
All right. Boy, Lulu, you're harshy, man. Lulu said. God, Lulu said, I run the man. You made your point, Carla. Less is more. Yo, other people are easy, you know. He has a point. I mean, you have to think about it, right? Right now, it's like, you have to think about it like this. Your environment influences you a lot. And right now, Cartel environment is not what it used to be. And I don't think he wants to go back to that environment. So yeah, the caller have a point where him say, can Cartel though channel that when a time? I think personally, if Cartel do want to write Gunman song and some of the other songs them that he wrote with the kind of temperament that those other songs have that were the big songs, I think him can still channel that. But I think he has evolved, like Nan says, and I think he's moving in a direction where he wants to change the sound off. Because what's made already is made already. You know, are you going to chart new territories? Live on the air with SOUFLOW. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to let the guy know that this man was in prison for 13 years and dropped over almost 2,000 girls, and there was no girl in prison with him. Him do a song named D4vd. And he said, big parties girl decide on me. And we know no big parties. So this man can adjust anywhere in the world. He still can take bad man song. He doesn't have to be in that environment to do the song because they never run whole heap of girls. It's just that him see where the influence and when it's the bad man song.
Where the influence go.
Yeah, because remember before he was jail, and when they tour and him tell us that people him stop the bad man song. Now it's not the time for bad man song.
Right.
Yeah, so he stopped doing bad man song months and months before he got locked up.
Yeah, but
because
on his way,
but no.
True. All right.
It's long to hear them bad man song because even recently when the girls perform on stage, that Natasha and the girl rings out one of the bad man songs, the Jazz Star.
Yeah, and
them songs,
remember that girl that told you, she said when Vybz Cartel come out, all the stuff what she gonna do to him and she have to find him. So to see her actually at the show, that was funny to me. Me, I say, yo, them people here, like that's a fan. That's a fan.
No, I mean I don't know, but before I go that because I mean, how you think some of these Jamaican artists feel when them wouldn't like to step on a show with Cartel and just a fan where I'm a big artist step on the show?
How them feel like what?
How will these artists feel, them Jamaican artists, where just a regular fan get a 5 minutes of fame on a Cartel stage and them not get a chance?
Like when the fan get a 5 minute on the stage, but the artist them would have loved to be on a stage with him, but them can't get a chance.
Yeah,
they weren't a fan.
Okay.
In respect him fan them. He values his fans, and they weren't a fan. Remember, the man said at 13 years him lock up for, and none of them wasn't rushing to do no collaborations with him or even come visit him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So now that him out and all this is available to him, why should he be sharing it or looking for them to share it with them? Kind of thing. They never look for him to keep him name alive. A lot of them did hope him stay with part him there in the Jerome. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them was hoping him stay right with part him there. And remember when me used to say, anytime him come out, watch a lot of people who have a little light right now, them light are gonna get dim because of exactly what's happening now. Right now, Mr. Cartel put up a video, I think yesterday, where him said him is now the arena sheller. I'm like, that's exactly what he's become. The thing gone from club and ballroom and arena, I do it now. Stadium and arena, I do it now. He's the arena sheller now.
Because this man, the man at the stadium, man need time for it. Man a drop EP, man drop music videos.
In the same time.
And he might find time to go on Instagram or TikTok, reason with him fans. He might drop videos where you can laugh. He's doing me, so he might entertain him fans during album, music, show. This man is a whole package.
Right.
And these other artists sit down in a studio, gaze in a space.
Right. But they weren't Cartel fans, or they weren't. If you look at who Cartel moved with people who were advocates for him and been there for him, like Nanza said, in our darkest hours kind of thing, which is the smartest thing to do. But not lie, when we see Sean Storm reach England the other day and all their Malta and them kind of something there, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. I only want to see Sean make it to America with him now, along with Mad So Stuff.
Sean have a show in New York.
Storm?
Yeah, Sean Storm have a show with some Gaza bridges, 10 stars, that's a Gaza.
So him get him US papers, you're saying?
Yeah. In November, him have a show. Him and Black Knight have a show in Brooklyn.
That's gonna be sick if that actually got through, but that we are waiting for.
Yeah, man, him have a show.
Me no see that yet, Jerome. Me have to go keep on paying attention to see if me see it. But if Sean Storm get his US papers, damn, man, Popcorn still not get fame yet.
All right, do me a favor. When later on, when you're calm down, find a way to accept my IG request. Because over the years, now I've sent you up-to-date information, but you have never clicked on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
There's so much you miss.
All right.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, my brother.
All right.
What? So if Sean Storm gets fame, what happened to Popcorn? More say Mad Sauce, more say Popcorn get fame, US papers, more say Mad Sauce get fame, US papers. Sean Storm, Cartel already has his. It's gonna be a good look. There is one other brother that's missing, and it's Kair Jones. Kair is still in a lockup. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Morning, SOUFLO.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Good, you?
Yeah, man, me good. Can't complain. Talk to me now.
Oh, why did I find the music part? But they want to hear what you have to say about the whole Dexter Daps cranium thing when they take back the award.
You know, sir, me my feelings a little bit, because that was a part of, I'll be honest, that was a part of the discussion, the topics this morning. Me just scratch it back off. Because
Come here, wait,
me don't know if me have something personal against Cranium. Cranium never do me nothing. But coming back, coming from, let me tell you where it must come from, right? And Cranium, you know, I'm nothing against you, bro. I just think sometimes you have biases and you have to figure out where did you develop this bias from this person, for this person. So I think for me, it probably came from back in the day with Trabas. And Trabas did help to bust Cranium. And then Cranium turned around and go on like say him never remember Trabas them. Or he owed them nothing. Kind of thing. I think that's where it might have came from. And to this day, I don't think Travis and Cranium them are friends, but maybe they made up and I don't know. Me not in the people in business like that. But maybe from them time that me I hold a little bias and I say, boy, the first time we hear about you was on a Travis show. When Travis did I go hard on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So okay, so I saw that the Caribbean Music Award thing where Cranium dash him award in the garbage can because he explained lengthily that they styled him. And to put a long story short, I think they styled him too. And a big disrespect that. How you gonna, because I read upon it this morning, how you gonna call this man, tell him say you want him perform at the show because he's getting an award. The man say him not even take no bookings for nowhere else, him cancel everything else, clean him slate. This is it. He wants to be there to honor it, just like he did at the first one when they were just shoving out. And he actually did perform there, and he did collect his award. And when it come time to air it, him said them edit him out of the part where him a collect him award, and them send a notification to his team saying that them give him the wrong award and him shouldn't get the award there. That award that was supposed to go to Dexter Daps. And then the award that he was supposed to get was what was it? Something R&B or reggae R&B something category. He was like, that category don't even friggin' exist, bro. Like, yo, you're trying, man. That in the matter that category that don't even exist. So Dexter Daps was supposed to get my award. And then the award that me supposed to get is in a category where don't even exist, or they not even make up that category there yet. But so yeah, a big styling thing that they did to him.
Yeah, Dexter Daps are my boo, but them styling for true.
But hold on there, you said Dexter your boo. Let me ask you this, see? what you feel about, because we say Cartel and Daps now, remember said Daps they are Malta perform, in doing big things, right? I'm gonna say my Cartel a vibe and everything like that. I mean I say, where is Lisa? Where is Lisa?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Lisa, I'm a girl, but listen up. I feel like Dexter kick with her foot, Cartel kick with her foot. And now she just out the picture and the two of them just friend and touring the world doing big things and she not even gonna get a slice of the pie. Feel away for her, I'm not lie.
Yeah, still, but at least I'm mad too. Maybe they might say they don't want her around because she go,
She's
don't
a
know in her
liability.
head, I go
She's
cheat
a
for her.
liability.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could
So
have
I
had
kind
that.
of get it.
John knows
Yeah.
star. I hope the no all against her same way still, cause you know.
Yeah. So me kind of get it at some point. You have to, you know, go where I do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
all right then.
All right, so for later.
Big up yourself later.
All right.
I saw. Yeah. So here we are. What me that telling you? Please listen. These albums I'm telling you about though, really, don't forget. Lila Ike album, right? Treasure Self Love. It's wicked. Lila Ike, I think, has the kind of voice where you know you have some artists where as soon as you hear the voice, you know say them. You have some artists where if you hear a song with them, they sound like 10 other people. And even if they make a hot song, you can be like, yo, that song is bad, right? But in your mind, you're like, who do that song here? Until you see them in our video, I do it. Lila Ake is blessed with a voice that stands out by itself, where anywhere you hear her, you're going to know that that is her. For the same reason why I said Skilly Bang was going to be successful, because Skilly Bang had a style and a voice where it was all his, right? Certain other people stay the same way. A Barrington Levy stay the same way. I was watching Junior Reed perform live with Just Boss band yesterday. Junior Reed has that kind of voice. Couple of artists have a unique voice, and that's a marker of somebody who's going to be around forever. Lila Ike, Treasure Self Love. Yeeza super surprised me. Me not expect an album, then I saw Rory Stone Love on it, and me I say it's gotta be good because Rory Stone Love now gonna just throw him name and him brand for anything. It gonna be good. But I've been following her, and you know, me see her do her thing through social media, clips and bits here and there, and I've always been saying she's gonna go far. Me can't wait for her to start fly out and just mash up foreign and them kind of something that get the exposure. But go and listen to Yeeza's album Star of the East. There are a couple of songs on that album for me that's tough. Star of the East, the first song on the album, is one of my favorite. And then there's Organic for the good body woman, them who never get no surgery and no fake body and fake tatters and them kind of something there. Good body. Organic, that's one. Bullseye, Roadrunner, and Preacher Man. If you don't listen to any of them, listen to Preacher Man today. Preacher Man today tells me that Yeeza is going to be around for a long time to come. As in the trail she's about to blaze through reggae music and the legacy she's about to build, it's going to be a beautiful journey to see, right? And then, of course, Vybz Cartel has Heart and Soul out there. Now, after the Heart and Soul EP, where Cartel put out, let me see. They're Out of Love, We Aren't. That already has a video. The video have see them in the video. They're out of love, we aren't. That one there. Then I Know has a video as well. Video number 3 for the song called You Walked Away. I don't know if I shot him there I talked about. We haven't done any reviews of any of these yet. Track number 4, 11:45. Track number 5, Bad Bad Bad. Track number 6, Get a Girl Chosen. Track number 7, Can't Leave You Alone. Track number 8, In Too Deep. Track number 9, Heart and Soul. Track number 10, Cinderella Ballroom. Track number 11, You Know a Goat. That's a listen to. All 3 of these albums for me are non-skippable. You can just put it in and make it ride from the first to the last track. So don't forget, Lila Ike, Self Love, Treasure Self Love, Star of the East by Yeeza, and Heart and Soul by Vybz Cartel. Them 3 there, and where we're depend right now, right? We've come to almost the end, and this is where we're gonna get into our questions and vibe with each other for a second before we go off into our weekend. Our questions. I want you to think, what was the happiest, everybody get on board, you know. What was the happiest moment for you as a child? What was your happiest moment as a child? My happiest moment for me as a child was probably growing up in Clarendon in my real earlier years. So back in them day that we used to walk with the big kids them go to school, and my school used to be far. After my parents decided said they didn't want me to go to Marietta Primary School, which is just there we gate anymore, I started to go to Knox Prep. But we didn't have a, and this is where we started going to a school that had foreigners and boarders. So the kids them, we used to watch end of term come, Mercedes, Benz, and limousine and motorbikes would pull up for the kids, while we who lived there, we have to go walk, go home. And we used to walk, go down the road and buy 2 suck or quarter bread and butter for the walk home. And then we used to do a shortcut. And the shortcut, if river never come down, was down a steep gully, cross a river, and back up the next side, and we end up all the way over in our part of that area there. If you go the other way around, you're gonna need transportation to go around, or it's gonna take you a long time. So I think that was one of my most fondest memories. My happiest moments as a child was crossing river, walking as a group, coming home from school and crossing river to reach home. For me. And of course, I'm going home to Miss Ruby, right? Because my parents, them did their foreign, and Miss Ruby was the queen in charge. Let me read through some of these now. Spending time always was being with my father and going to work with him. Also, him used to carry me go bar with him. Randy's daughter said Daddy used to carry her go to the bar with him. So you are one of them that used to carry her go to the bar. You had drink soda while him a beating whites. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse says spending time at various places in Westmoreland during the summer. Seeing. Boy, Westmoreland pretty, you know, me not like. PG says visiting my grandmother and my aunts in Montego Bay. Dorothy T says going to Mandeville with my grandmother, with my grandfather. Mandeville with your grandfather. All right. Going to Mandeville with my grandfather. Now him give me red stripe for tea. Let him give you a red stripe for tea. Alright, so oh man. When I say road trips with mommy and daddy and my sister on Sundays. Oh God, man. Except for the beating. When my older brother taught me to drive standard shift, I was only 12 years old. Oh wow. Lulu, you learned something that Nuffa will never learn. You know, I'm jealous of people who can drive stick shift. Because I can't drive it. I can't drive it. I left too early to learn how to drive stick and I just never learned. We drop in America, which part of beer automatic did I run the place. So, and that's what we learned for drive pan, automatic. Yeah, so we never get that. All right. We can read going to Maypen Market with my aunt. Go spend, that says Stacy Ann says Maypen Market, easy enough. Then be fairground. So she can drive stick. Junior Copeland said go spend summer holidays at Falmouth. I'm gonna get to go beach every day. I saw. All right. The next one. The one that too long. If you won the lottery today, right? And you was to start a business, what would that business be? You just won the lotto today. You have to start a business right away. What would the business be? For me, my business would probably be a restaurant and bar. Restaurant, bar, and grill. What would your business be? Rizabella says, being the only girl in my 5th grade class to pass common entrance and seeing the look on my dad's face when he would talk about me. How I'm proud of you, not true? Oh, a nursing home in Jamaica. Really? That's a nursing home in Jamaica. PG say a nursing home in Jamaica. PG, big up yourself. Roddy's daughter says a AI company. Nisha says real estate. Tony Mango, real estate. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr says non-medical transportation. Dorothy T says a restaurant. Roddy's daughter says, yes, that is needed, a nursing home. A good nursing home, not true? Mine would be restaurant, bar, and grill. That's where I would be at. Here's this one. And don't lie. Don't lie. What is something that you want to do this year that you have never done before? What is something that you want to do this year that you have never done before? I don't want to say take 2 man one time. I don't want to say none of that. I don't want to say nothing. We're married. Yo, a singles laundromat. So wait there, Lulu. So people are come date and do laundry. There, Nan, you don't know how to drive? Nan says learn to drive. I mean learn to drive stick. You know, start driving. Can't say I cannot put it in writing. It would be incriminating. Something that you want to do this year that you have never done before. Wait, beloved fitness, beloved fitness, big up yourself. I appreciate you greatly. Go to Africa. That should be on the list. You know, some get disappointed with Africa. There was an urgency at one point to go to Africa, but then I've changed my mind now. I'm no longer urgently trying to head in that direction. And the reason is, I'm not going to drop it now, but we can discuss this further at a later date. I start to realize that a lot of Africans are so Eurocentric minded that I might as well stay which part me there. You know? A trip to Greece. But that's next year. Says great goodies. Lulu says travel to Europe by myself. I plead the Rosabella, I plead the 5th. All right, we're not gonna dip too deep. We're not gonna dig too deep. Trip to Barbados. Okay. Denny Sparks says, I don't drive either. So you and Nance do not drive. And some people in here want to do some things where them can't talk about that they've never done before. All right. I think we asked this before, but we're not gonna ask that again. Are you a giver, a taker, or a matcher? Are you a giver, a taker, or a matcher? Watch everybody in there know a giver. Are you a giver, a taker, or a matcher? I saw. What the comments about Africa just now? I'm not crazy about the Africa thing. They caused slavery. They didn't cause slavery. That's what them wicked people here tell you, so the victims can start blaming themselves, so that the real dirty people them can actually get away with what their ancestors did. That's crazy how they victimize you, and then after they victimize you, they cast the blame on you, or have you cast the blame back on yourself or your own people. Them never start slave, them never do that. So don't bother run with that narrative there. I can be all three honestly. Nan says. You can be all three honestly. Who is a giver now? Roddy's daughter. I'm a giver, but I'm trying to change that. I think being all three could be well-rounded. Rosabella says a giver. I'm definitely a giver. Great Goody says I'm definitely a giver, but I've learned to be selective nowadays. You have to. They have a saying out there for givers, right? And for all you givers who are saying you're givers here, the saying says, a giver better have limits because takers have none. A giver, you better have some limits because takers, they have none. All right? Lulu Ridges said, I'm a cheerful giver. Yeah. You're a cheerful giver until you meet ungratefulness. Ungratefulness will make you not such a giver, a selective giver. Give to a fault. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist says, giving to a fault, seriously, and that is what I was told. Well, since we have so many givers in here, please remember to set your limits. Because takers, them don't have no limits. And takers are usually people who do not reciprocate with your giving. They take, and that's all they do is take. Right? Yeah. Of course, Yvonne. Of course, the ungratefulness is real. You have some people that will take, and then them look on you and say, what you expect me to tell you, what you want me to tell you, thanks? Like, me never ask you for give me nothing, you give. So I took. Where are we upon a thank you? What, so you do something for me? Why you want to throw it back in my face now? Eh? That's why I don't like to do nothing for me, you know. And same people, they want you to do something for them again and again and again, right? Like, just shut the hell up and just say thank you. But people are people and they're going to be what they are. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a giver, have your limits because the takers have none. All right? You borrow that from church. Oh, God. Yep, the audacity, my friend. Or you'll get everything. You'll get everything and realize you didn't make a difference. LOL. Yeah, because then we tell us you never make a difference too. Then we take everything from you and tell us that, sure, me could have do without what you did give. Remember, you know, them did that dead when you did not give them enough, and you're a lifesaver. But there will come that time when you could have did keep it, you know, because we never really need it. Me never did want nothing from you. Me never did need nothing from you. Raddy's daughter says, my siblings will say shit like that. Yeah, me never ask you for nothing. Are you get? Are you get? So me take it. What? I know you want to come throw it back in my face. Me never beg you nothing. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Then we all tell you that to you. Then them tell you you're an idiot. Game all ended up empty and had to rebuild and move selectively. That's where a lesson was learned. But I'm glad you learned your lesson, Kaz. Nans. Kaz said, no, the best one yet. If you couldn't afford it, you shouldn't have given it. And on that note, we're going to move to the next one. Because them said, no, I see you're something that, Kaz. Because they said, when you're going to give stuff, give it with no attachment. Meaning, If you get nothing back in return for it, then it's nothing at all, right? But definitely never give expecting anything in return. Now, that could be for material things, but I think everybody that gives expect at least a little bit of gratitude or some level of respect, right? You don't have to give me back nothing material, but little bit of gratitude or some respect. That would have been appreciated. But they did tell you, if you can't afford to give it away, then you should have never get it in the first place. Mrs. B talks health and wellness with a twist, says, I don't like to take. I have an issue with people giving. And the first sign of a little issue or you don't agree, then put on news that they gave you some water. But I find out that people that do that are people who deal with ungrateful people. Because when you're dealing with grateful people, you don't ever have to tell them to be grateful. They're just grateful. Grateful people make you want to give even more. It make you want to give them even when they're not asking. It make you want to see and just see them need it and just do it for them or give. That's what gratefulness does, right? But ungrateful people is who you have to keep reminding. Come on now, them draw you out to a point where you have to remind them. Because you can't believe, say, after all me do for you, you come go on like, say, okay, let me remind you. And that's where that comes from. And they're so ungrateful, they'll be like this. Okay, that's why I don't like you do nothing for me, because you throw it back in my face, seat there. But I had to throw it back in your face because you're going like, member, and you are being ungrateful. So I've never seen anybody who is grateful get that kind of treatment from a giver. People who get that treatment are some ungrateful, rotted people who the giver had to remind of why, you know what I'm saying? You're ungrateful, man. Yeah. Anyway, same way so some of them move from. Or them will tell you, sir, you never do anything for them. Me could have do that for myself. I never need you to do it. Yeah. Oh man. Listen, here's another one. This is for me and you now. What are two things that you think me and you, me SOUFLOTV, me SOUFLO and you have in common? You, each audience member. What are two things you think that I, myself, and you all have in common? This should be an interesting one. Let me see what the comment section are going to look like, Nana always say gratitude was than obia. Ingratitude is worse than obia. Yeah, man. Ungratefulness was than witchcraft is what them used to say when me I grew up. Ungratefulness worse than witchcraft. Absolutely enjoy going out and being asked, more fulfilling that way. Yep. At a younger age, what about when she give away our virginity? What is expected back in return? Yo, Jerome, are you alone, bro? I can't even catch back his comment. Let me see what we have in common. Going to Jamaica and enjoying the island, right? His daughter. Attention to detail, great goodies. The way we grew up, PG, a country girl like myself. Big up yourself. I'm not a girl though, but a country me come from. In case Jerome they are set for that one day. We are frugal and driven. Hold on there. There's a lot going on in here. I want all of them. We're frugal and driven to work harder. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr. Absolutely. We come from country and we don't keep friends. We come from country and we don't keep friends. I swear to God, this one is true. We come from country and we don't keep friends. Die hard Jamaica, Lulu. That the one there. And you see me outside, you can't tell me it's a Jamaican. They're like, yeah, the big old part, something there for your foreign. Die hard Jamaican. One Fresh Meds Walton says, in common, we love to go back home, bro, and explore the place. Absolutely. Stacey Ann said, we are both from Jamaica and we are both from Clarendon. All right. Enough similarities in here. Loving it. Let me see. Talk with mine. J. Robinson, talk with mine now. We don't watch no face. And that right there so could be to the detriment of us sometimes, not true? Because friends turn enemy quick What you talk your mind? There are so many here trying to educate our people. Patricia Jackson. Amen. Ain't it? What's the next one? Love to visit Westmoreland. Absolutely. Denise Sparks. Love to visit Westmoreland. We are both Virgos. Great goodies. Ja. Nan says researching and take everything for joke. Interest in jaw. Country residents. What does, let me see what Mrs. B talks health and wellness with it to say. All these phrases and pet peeves growing up in Miami. Growing up in Miami, boy. Miami was wild when I was growing up, boy. Wild. Miami changed so much now. I drive through Miami now and it's like, Miami look like a tourist town now. Even like Opalaka back in the day, Carol City back in the day, Overtown back in the day. Now, Miami Beach back in the day, now it look like suburban, off suburban type community. But we had our fun. Great Goody says hard workers. Yeah, cause Granny say if you want good, your nose have to run. All right. Love give ourselves trouble and keep a smile on our faces. Talk it like we see it. Julia Copeland says we want the same for other people as our families. And that is genuinely. Absolutely. That's why I know some karma good enough. Cause I'm not born perfect, but boy, I try perfect that part there. You must genuinely wish good for others like how you wish for yourself, my friend. And once you start to actually practice it and it become a part of you, then you will see how karma start treat you, you know? Yeah, Nan says in-depth searching and take everything for joke. Interest in law and country residence. That's a lot. All right. Let's move forward. Same pet peeve, LOL. Very passionate when we speak and don't keep friends. Who else there? So many more. Put family first. That one there. All right. Our next one, we have a couple of more and then we're going to get out of here. So hang in there for a minute. Give me the top 3 places you would like to travel to in this lifetime. The top 3 places on earth you would like to travel to in this lifetime. I learned about one this morning. Top 3 places I would like to travel to in this lifetime for me would have to be, I would love to explore out the whole continent of Africa. The whole continent of Africa. I also want to go to Japan. Yeah. I don't want to go to India again. I saw a couple of disturbing documentaries. I don't know if I'm that welcome. Yep, all the pharmaceutical, 22nd Avenue players, Omni, all the stage shows, Young Buju Days. Talk now. Dubai, Thailand, and Japan. Thailand. Yes, Thailand, Japan, and the continent of Africa for me. So we have the same thing in common then. Mervin, that's a for me top 3 right there, so. All right, Japan, Vietnam, and explore the Caribbean. I definitely want to explore the whole Caribbean. Maldives. I don't know. I think the way how they put Maldives to me is like one of them must see something there. Turks and Caicos, Japan, and Bora Bora. Greece, Dubai, and Bora Bora. Africa, Iceland. When answer, Africa, Iceland, and Dubai. Lulu says Morocco, Australia, and Italy. Aren't they like racist against us in Italy? Some African countries, Ghana, then Thailand, and then Spain, Raddy's daughter says. Nisha says, right now the entire world might think that. That's why I go everywhere. I see everything. PG says, England for Wimbledon, Australia and France, and the French and Australian Open. Oh, shy. All right. Some big people travels. Europe, Ghana, and Belize. One Fresh Meds Walton says Hawaii, Japan, and drive through Dubai is Maldives and Santorini. Some of them may never ever hear of. Maldives look like that place where I don't know if it's how they fashion it to us. It does look like dreamy. I saw Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt took his woman to Maldives on one of those trips. You see him dive off our boat in that clear glass-looking water where you can see all the way to the bottom of the water, right? What you said, not all of Italy, Lulu? London, Dubai, and France. Been to 2 of those. France, dirty. London, chaka chaka, but nice. Never been to Dubai. What you we have 2 more. If there were more hours in a day, what is there the thing that you would just do more of? If there were more hours in a day. I'll start out. If there were more hours in a day, I would probably try to get more sleep. I just think there aren't enough hours in the day, so I now get enough sleep. Which, if you're not getting enough sleep, it catch up to you later because it's not good for you. The body needs to rest and recharge. Yeah, and I'm getting to this age now where I'm starting to realize that sleep is super important. Yo, Lance says no comment. If there was more hours in a day, what is it that you would do more of? No comment. Alright, so take time for me. Kaz says sleep. Races depend like everywhere, not the entire place is. Alright, J Robinson says sleep. All right, one more. What's holding you back from being 2 more? What's holding you back from being the person that you want to be, the ideal person that you think you should be? What is holding you back from being that? More road trips, walk more, talk more about spirit. Oh yeah, I walk about spirit. Lulu haunted. Lulu say I'm a walkabout spirit. Practice violin and painting. Money and time. Marvin, what is holding you back from being that ideal person that you know you should be or that you want to be? I think the whole of we have the same problem, you know. See it there? Financial freedom, says Kaz. PG said enough money. Rizabella says myself. That's a unique answer. Myself. It's yourself that's holding you back. It's not the money. J Robinson says money. Crystal G says health. Health is holding you back. Ross Clot. One Fresh Meds Walton says being married. Being married, bro. Being married is holding you back from being the ideal person. A marriage is a frig up. Your marriage is supposed to hold you back from being the ideal person you're supposed to be. Wait, hold on there. Deception. Oh, yeah, One Fresh Meds Walton. And yeah. Okay, so the health not too perfect, Crystal G. Boy, his life here. His life. Here is money. Money. Most people say money. Only 2 people said myself and attitude. Myself, attitude, and health. Everybody else was money. Roddy's daughter. I think that's holding back a lot of us too. Not being focused or consistent enough. Me not think of that hold me back. Me reach at the part where the money is just the money. Cause me get the money right now, me gone, the right amount. I think I am who I want to be, myself. So you reach. One person here is fulfilled. One person is fulfilled. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist, is right where she wants to be and who she wants to be. She reach. I'm happy with myself. The only thing holding me back now is money. Enough money straight. And the money are the problem, man. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist has arrived. Yes. Well, we hope to get there. We hope to get there. Money, attitude, more consistency, whatever it is, we hope to get there too. All right. The last one for the day is this. Do you think people are better creators or destroyers? Do you think that humans are better creators or destroyers? We're going out on this one this morning. Do you think that humans are better creators or destroyers? Don't know. I think humans are better. That's a hard one. Wait, one first man Walton said, no man, family not in a bad way. I'm happy with my marriage. I meant a lot of change. I changed within my mind since then. Okay, okay. Yeah, fix it up. Yeah. You better fix it up. When Nancy, we create and we destroy in the process. Interesting. Interesting. But what you are creating, if it's causing destruction, then ultimately you're a destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you're creating, if it's causing destruction, then ultimately you're a destroyer. That's how you see it. Like who create gun? And we look on the gun and we say, me want one of them there in a car. Me not have to fight nobody, no fist to cuff. So me squeeze that trigger about 6 times and send off. Why? Defend myself. But you take a life. And then lives are taken easily with the same thing. Yeah. And then the amount of people were dead annually by the same thing that can save a life. You look at it like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? So are humans better at creating than they are at destroying? Are we better destroyers or are we better creators? Yeah, one fresh meds, Walton, like that. It's like creating a problem and then creating a solution kind of thing. We create gun, but we never create we create problem and then create confrontation and then we create gun for cause for use for self-defense. But the cycle still a go around because we still can't bring back life after we take it with the gun. So ultimately it's a destroyer until we can bring back who we clap down with that. I wonder if we'll ever get there. At the end of the day, humans are better creators, says Lulu, than destroyers. No, enough. I'm gonna leave that one open. I'm gonna go away with that one for the weekend. Leave that one open. Listen, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're at the top of the hour. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. The weather is changing. and I say this seriously, within the next month or two, some places are going to be cold, some places are chilly already. Get outside and enjoy the last of the warm weather that's left out there, right? Enjoy yourself. You're melanated people who need some vitamin D in your skin. Go get it out the door. Surround yourself with people that love you and with people who you love. And if you don't have that around you, it's okay to be alone. Nothing wrong with being alone. Go get you a nice bottle of wine, especially if you never drink wine before. Go get you a nice bottle of wine. You're going to get woozy. Go in your bathtub, read a book. I don't know. Feel up yourself. Get to know yourself. Love yourself. You know, self-love is the best love. And you can't love nobody else until you love you thoroughly. That's the only way you can love somebody else. After you have loved yourself first. We don't need to break that down. It's pretty much simple. Because when you truly love yourself, there are just certain things you won't do. There are certain places you won't go. There are certain things you won't accept. And then you can love somebody else that way too. Because your spirit are going to tell you when you violate somebody else. You understand? Yeah, so you can love truly when you love yourself truly. With that said, Carl Jerome. Yo, have a great weekend, everybody. Walk good and go with God. Like my granny Miss Ruby right just said. Miss Ruby said to be good. It's best to be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Clevey. You know, PG, me there, I think about driving through Trelawney and the amount of yam when me see. The only other place I actually saw so much yam is up which part me come from, up at Clarendon. So I don't know why that just flashed by me just now. So let me start this over again. Miss Ruby said be good. She said if you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather right next door, Mas Clevey, him say, I will see you tomorrow if God spare me life. All right? I'm out. Peace.